Like, I can't fight an alligator. I don't care how little it is.
Be water, my friend.
In Chino.
Brothers.
He's Asian, which means he loves gambling.
Chino.
Brothers.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Chino.
The brothers.
That drunk bridezilla type out on their what bachelorette night and just play my song.
Chino brothers.
Let me speak to the Chinaman.
Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature.
Right now, today is the most important day of your life.
Dope.
What I have?
Oh, am I on the wrong side? Hey, what's up, Sachi? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I heard it's a special day for you.
It's my birthday.
Oh, what? Happy birthday. Very cool. Mike taking you somewhere nice? Hooking you up?
Tell them the presents you got.
Oh, I got lots of good presents.
You did, huh? What'd you get?
I got a harmonica and a backpack that looks like R2-D2, and I got a bag that has a pug on it, and I got a book from my brother and a squishy and a unicorn blowing a bubble keychain. And I also got this like little lock that you can fidget around with and then keep stuff in it.
What? Sounds like Mike wants you to hit the road. What the heck
All
is
right,
that?
Sachi, it's time for you to hit the road.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
I told Sach for her birthday she could be on the Chino Brothers. So,
Oh, very cool. Very cool. That's awesome.
So she was
Yeah.
really excited to be on the Chino Brothers. So, all right. So I told you I had a story I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to wait until we were on the air.
Yeah.
So check this out, dude. This
Are
morning.
we on the wrong side? We're on the wrong side.
Yeah, flip me sides,
I'll
please.
flip you back. Oh, hold on.
We're gonna have a ton of people in here tonight, so it didn't really like. I was kind of like, whatever side I'm on is whatever side I'm on. All right, so check this out. So this morning I get this text from Nehemiah's school. Friday is National Day of Silence. During the Day of Silence, students take a vow of silence to protest the harmful effects of harassment and discrimination of LGBTQ people in schools. To learn more, please visit this LGBTQ website. On Friday, we will have a $2 dress down, rainbow attire preferred, and donate to the Hugh Lane Wellness Foundation. Students that choose to remain silent as allies for the LGBTQ community are encouraged to use pencils and paper. So I got that from my son's school, dude.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
insane. A school's doing that?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What do you do? What are you going to do?
Well, bring our guests on because I'm going to ask you all four questions. You ready?
Yeah, here we go. Look, can I intro them?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on.
Oh,
Wait,
all
me a
right.
sec. Let me give me a
Wait.
sec. I'm sorry. I was
You up the live studio audience over
yeah,
there.
I'm sorry. I didn't have the live studio. I'm so into what I want to tell you that I'm like, I'm not paying attention to all right, bring on the boys.
All
Hey,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, go ahead.
Welcome, P-Fresh and Oscar Prado from Proud Entertainment.
Now Mickey should be here in a moment, guys. So I know he's the handsome one you all came to see, but you're gonna have to deal with our mugs
J
for a
Doc
moment.
too. Couple shout outs to J Doc. What's up, fellas?
All right.
What's up, brothers? What's up, guys?
So while
Nice.
you guys were in the green room, you heard the story I just told Adelaide, correct?
Yeah.
Did you hear that story?
A little
Did you
bit,
hear the
yeah.
story, Oscar? Okay, so,
Yeah, a
so
little bit.
essentially we got this text and it was like, hey, tomorrow's LGBTQ day, you know, so on and so forth. And now remember, my son is in middle school, he's 13. Okay. Now I have a question. We have 4 minorities in this room. I have a question for you guys.
Mickey's gonna be like, hell yeah. If he had kids, they would be going to that school.
Have you guys ever pulled the race card before?
Rick the Rebel. What's up, y'all?
Like the race card? No.
You never pulled the race card before, Oscar?
Because I'm Mexican or what? Like what?
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
I know,
Because I'm
P-Fresh,
brown?
you don't realize it, but you are a minority like the rest of us. I know you've been
That's true.
brainwashed by all them white people, but have you ever pulled the race card?
Nah, I don't. Nah, I just kind of brushed it off and kept it moving. You know.
Adelaide, you never
Bakersfield,
did?
in Bakersfield, you can't pull.
I know, it's
pull
kind of
the
hard,
Mexican
huh? There's
race
too many
card 'cause
brown people, I guess, yeah.
60% Hispanic over here.
All right, folks. Now I'm not proud to pull the race card ever. However, there are times when you have to do what you have to do. So you saw I got that text, right? So I'm like, I got to do something about this. So I sent this lady a email, and I'm going to read it to you fellas now. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm not sure if your text services were hacked today, but I was sent a text by the LGBTQ or something or other by Miss Shafik. I'm a little disturbed from it because I'm gathering from the text that the school is putting sexuality in front of my 7th grade son without consulting me or his mother. I have to assume I'm reading this incorrectly, as my son is not even taught about the Japanese American concentration camps that his grandfather was in, and have learned minimally about civil rights movement in the United States. As a parent, I understand that my job is to teach my kids about the struggles that this country has generationally put on people of color and foreigners due to lack of education provided by Pittsburgh Public. It's my job to teach them, though whites have been in positions of oppressive authority in our country, we need to work together as a society to make the country that put my father in a concentration camp into the country we all deserve. My children are not taught about Cesar Chavez and the struggles of the migrant worker, or the importance of Huey Newton and the role in protecting his community. However, today I'm being told that he will be learning about sexuality. In my culture, these things are not discussed from anybody but the family. I recognize that Caucasians like yourself do not understand these things. However, this is highly offensive to our culture. Please clear this up for me, as I cannot believe with as many ethnic students you have at your school, you would intentionally offend most of us by disrespecting our cultures in this manner by teaching our children sexuality. I look forward to your response. Thank you. Now I almost use my Asian name, right? Because Mike's is my American name. My Asian name is Toshio. I almost didn't even put Mike on there, Adley. I almost put Toshio Ichimura. That's what I put. Now you tell me, boys, was that me pulling the race card?
No, that was pretty good. That was
No, I mean that's the truth, bro. Like
yeah.
they gotta focus on things that matter. That doesn't matter. Like they shouldn't be taught that at school, but that's me, you know.
No, it's not you, Oscar. You have kids. You know what I mean? And you have a lot of kids. And it's
Yeah,
like,
but
man,
you say that you say that, and people think you don't like you oppose gays, right? If you say that, we become the bad person.
I don't oppose gays. I don't believe that you oppose gays.
I mean, I love delay. Like it's no
These are my
big
best
deal.
friends.
All right. So you guys want to hear the end of the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over.
So I send the text, right? Then I get the call. I get a call. Mickey's here, man. Put Mickey up.
Mickey Rock, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, Mickey.
Oh no.
You missed the applause. So Mick, I just told the guys a story about how man, I feel bad for you as a teacher because you got to deal with this on the real. So my son got a text I got a text from this morning from my son's school, and it was like, tomorrow is day of observance for the LGBTQ. You know, if we prefer you wear a rainbow, all this stuff, right? And my son's 13, dude. And he's in 7th grade, right? So I was like, okay. So then I wrote this email, but I pulled the race card. What do you guys say? You think I pulled the race card when I sent the email?
I think you kept it real,
No.
right?
What do you think, Adley?
No, I don't think you pulled the race card. I think it's just everybody has rights, and every group should be included. You would think.
Well,
And
essentially,
you pointed
Mickey,
that
what
out.
I said was this. I said, I send my kids to a school taught by whites who don't teach them about the actual civil rights. My children learn about Cesar Chavez from me, and they learn about Huey Newton from me. They never learned about the Japanese internment camps, but now you want to teach them this sexuality. That's pretty much the gist of the email, right, guys?
That's about right.
Okay. But anyways, so then I get the call tonight. This is where you came in, Mick, was when I was going to tell him how this ends. So I get the call tonight, right? Yeah, I get the call tonight. It's the principal, right? And so she was like, Mr. Ichimura, Nehemiah is a very good boy. And my son's a good kid. So like, I know she's not lying about that. He's athletic, whatnot. And she was like, I'm so sorry that I deeply offended your culture. And, you know, I've gotten other calls from other parents. And she's like, I want you to know right now, we won't be teaching him any sexuality tomorrow. She goes, and then she said, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. And I was like, man, is this lady gonna give me the what for? Because you know what I'm saying? When you talk to people and like they try to walk you around in circles, they're not gonna give you the right answer. They're gonna walk you around in circles, and you're like, listen here, man, you don't be teaching my children about that. And they go, well, you know, and they give you like a 5 answer, but they don't say, no, I won't teach them, right? I thought she was gonna do that to me. So when I was telling when she called, she goes, I can totally see where you're coming from, but I didn't know how hard I had to squeeze this woman. So I did this, and now you guys can tell me if I pulled the race card on this one. I told her this. I said, my grandfather had 40 acres taken from him in the San Fernando Valley when he was put in the relocation camps. Do you really think you understand where I'm coming from? And she said, oh, no, sir. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that's what she said. Was that a little too far? What do you think?
Is that real though? Is that really
true story?
Yeah, it really happened. That really happened.
True story.
Yeah. If it's a true story, bro, it's legit.
I don't know, man. I don't like talking to white people like that. I feel mean talking to white people like that, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I feel mean talking to P-Fresh like that because he's the closest to a white person I'm familiar with sometimes.
But you got to talk about it because if not, people forget about it and it'll happen again. You know.
That's an interesting point, Oscar. You think that's not a bad point? So, what do you think, Mick? Like, do you hear what Oscar said? If you got to think about it, because if not, it'll happen again. And Mick, to be totally honest with you, like you're the like most quintessential minority. Your parents worked in the fields, didn't they?
Yeah. My mom and dad both worked in the fields. My dad then later became a welder, and now my mom cuts hair. But yeah, we were there. Hell, I was there. Matter of fact, I remember the last day I ever worked in the fields was back in 1991. I remember thinking, I'm never coming back here again. I hated it.
Oh, tough gig. Yeah.
Oh, hell
horrible
yeah.
job. Rough job for sure.
Dude, when me and Adelaide worked together, or me and Adelaide lived together, I used to work in a brickyard overnight, bro. I used to work in this brickyard. It was day labor. It was so horrible, man. And they didn't pay us almost anything. Oh, it was so bad. But we wanted to be DJs so bad. We'd do anything. It was like, all right.
You know, it's funny how things have changed because I started working in the fields. I'm not lying. I must have been about a fifth grader, sixth grader, fifth going on sixth grade.
Child labor, bro.
Yeah, this was back in the early 80s, or real early 80s. And yeah, I was out there working, you know. I mean, I was working with my mom in the fields, but they didn't make a big fuss about it. You can't do that now.
I didn't start working until I was 14.
Nothing. What's up, Amanda, by the way?
Hey, Amanda, everybody who's been giving shout outs, I appreciate all your shout outs and saying hi to Mickey and Oscar and P-Fresh. Thank you guys for showing up.
Panama, what's up?
Panama. But we were in the green room. Oscar said, I hope somebody watches. I was like, bro, we've been promoting this show for the past week, dude. You don't think anybody's going to watch it?
And Baby George asked if I didn't have practice today. I had volleyball and wrestling. I literally have them going on at the same time.
I knew you were going to be the last one. And I told everybody, I said, Mick's going to be the last one in. But I want to get to this. So like, here's my thing is, you know, is it correct for us to have to kind of like kowtow to not be impolite to people? You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to be rude. I don't dislike gay people. I think everybody has the right to believe what they choose to believe. But man, my kids are little, man. They don't need to be learning that stuff at school.
Yeah, at 13, that's a tough conversation to have, right? I mean, there's so many other things. There's so many things going on in the world, right? Like, you know, it's just to have that conversation at early age, you know.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for
some other crap right now. You guys really, you know what I mean? Justin, how early they're learning other stuff behind our backs.
Oh yeah,
I think they don't know.
I'm still waiting for my dad to talk about the birds and the bees to me. Someday, man.
Me and my
really
dad
awkward.
didn't have that conversation.
Oh, you never did, huh?
Are you kidding? My dad didn't play catch with me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but anyway, so we got off on a weird way to talk. I don't mind talking about that type of stuff though. Like, and I get it, it's uncomfortable. But realistically, in my mind, it's like, look, you guys, we are the first ones who get to be American from our group. Like, we're the first ones to get to be American. Can't we have the same America you guys had? Or do you got to make it all weird for us, man? Like, come on, man. Now that you give us enough rights and whatnot, you got to make it all weird?
All right, Mike, I got one along with the same topic. What do you think of that Bud Light campaign?
Oh, dude, don't worry about it. We're going to talk about it later on. We're going to talk about it later on today. when we get into weird TikToks. Mickey, as an educator, how do you feel the tension or of some form on that or no?
Well, it's completely different. How my wrestling coach, I'm just giving you an example. I mean, it's just back in the day, if your parents told on you, I mean, if the teacher went and told your parents,
Oh, you were smoked.
The teacher, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Somewhere down the line, stuff has changed to where they don't believe the teacher anymore. They believe the student. You know? Go figure. I mean, back in the day, all it took was one phone call from the teacher, the principal, the coach to my parents, and I'd be in trouble.
I mean, real trouble too, bro. Real trouble.
Yeah, real trouble.
Isaac Guest, man. What's up, dude?
And now,
nice.
You know, usually a lot of the parents now believe the kids all the time. It's their kids are not wrong. They're right. Everybody else is wrong, you know? Not all the time, but quite a bit now. You see a big change in that now. It's a big difference, bro. Big difference.
Who's supposed to run the classroom?
Yeah, you're almost sometimes, I mean, I'm lucky, but a lot of teachers, they don't want to say anything because, you know, you got to grammatically, you got to be correct. You don't want to offend somebody. Everybody gets offended nowadays. Hell, I said one thing last year. I remember I said, and I remember I got called in. It was nothing big. I was talking to my volleyball team, and I literally said, hey, come on, girls, you guys got to look like you're happy. Some of you guys are look like you're ready to jump off a cliff. And literally the next day, hey, you know, like, what?
You got in trouble for that? What kind of booty is that?
Yeah. I said, hey, man, some of you guys look like you're ready to jump off a cliff, you know, smile. And for that, like, hey, you know, what? I'm like, you guys got to be kidding.
Oh, wow.
But
the volleyball team's good, though, right?
Huh?
The volleyball team's good, right?
Yeah, our volleyball team's good. I mean, just you got to watch what you say nowadays, man. You really got to watch what you say. It's best
it must not be that good if you want to jump off a cliff.
What?
What'd you say, Oscar?
So it must not be that good if you want to jump off a cliff. I mean, shit. But no, I'm just kidding.
No, I wasn't even referring about that. I was just saying.
No, I don't.
Smile. You know,
it looks all sad, huh?
Yeah, you guys look sad. Like when I see you guys in the hallway, you guys look sad. Just smile, you know?
Yeah.
Some of you guys look like you guys jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
All right, so let's rewind. Let's rewind for a little bit and talk about play, you guys. So how does this work? It works like this. Mickey starts there, then Adlai starts there. Fresh, when did you come in?
I want to say not too far off. Well, I started off as an intern, right? So I think me and Mickey kind of started around the same time, right, Mickey?
For what?
Well, actually, no. You launched the radio,
at the radio
right?
station.
No, yeah, I played 103 now. I was the first one there.
Yeah, and then it was.
I remember when P-Fresh came in as an intern, and then still I remember you still brought your paper that people had to fill out for
the school.
You were actually completing these hours. Remember that for like one of your
shit. And I failed that. I failed that class, right?
You failed it.
I remember your actual teacher or the person, your counselor, came into the station to verify that you were actually there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did. Yeah.
Was that the career you were thinking when you were in high school? Is that why you're like, I'm going to be a radio guy?
Yeah.
How did you end up over there?
So I think I mean, just thinking back, I just wanted to DJ really bad, right? So I was like trying to look into different radio stations and just dropping mixtapes. Hey, being that annoying guy that knocking on doors and So I remember I was doing my research and I think I found on Shira Court, right? The station was there, and then they're like, oh, we're not hiring right now, and then I think Chewy came out. And he's all like, well, if you're interested in getting school credit, go look into see what they have over there, and then come back, and then we'll figure something out. And so I just remember looking into like the internship program, and then I got all my paperwork squared away, and then that's how it started. And then from there, that's when one thing led to another, and I was brought on full time, right? So
what's Chewy's name? His last name?
Martinez or no Gomez or
Gomez?
No,
Chewy Gomez,
What
right?
happened to him?
He was doing radio up
he's-
at Fresno, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
he's
I don't know
originally
what
from
happened.
Fresno. I knew he was
Right?
from up north.
I think he's still doing radio. Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
We should have him on the show. If
Gotta
anybody knows
try to
Chio
get a hold of him,
Gomez, have
yeah.
him get in touch with Adlai so we can bring him on the show, figure out what's going on.
Yeah, he was one of the first guys when I first started there. He's one of the first hires. I remember he's one of the first ones.
I don't think it's Chewy Gomez. That's the guy in San Francisco for KML.
Yeah, that's.
right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
What's
different Chewy?
What was his position?
Morning
Well,
show
he's
guy,
a
right?
midday guy at first, and
Was he
then
mid?
then I think him and what's the name?
Amanda, what's his last name? Yeah, let
Yeah,
us know. Let us know in the
he
comments.
did all the imaging. He did all the imaging for the station.
He was like a midday
did.
guy, and then they
Yeah.
moved him to the morning show once Mingo left, and him
And then
and him and
Dirty.
what's his name were on the morning.
Yeah, it was Dirty.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, him and
Chewy and
Dirty
Dirty
Sanchez did morning.
Sanchez. That's
Yeah,
it.
they did
Dirty
morning for a
Sanchez.
little
It's a
bit.
horrible morning show.
Yeah, they
Dirty
were on the
Sanchez,
morning
I
show for a
remember him.
bit. For a while together. And then after
It was
that-
actually a good morning show. It was an entertaining morning show. It was.
God bless you. I've never even heard the morning show. I was just making fun of it.
But Dirty Sanchez, and just for those not familiar with what we're talking about, this was a groundbreaking station in Bakersfield, launching in 2004, 2005.
04.
'Cause I came over in 2005, and yeah, Fresh was already there. You were mixing on the morning show with Dirty and Chewy. And Mingo was Mingo around at that time? Because I remember
Mingo was there. Yeah, Mingo was
Yeah.
there. He was on his way out. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he was splitting stuff
Hey, have
too.
you guys
and it
ever
was-
talked to
Yeah.
Mingo?
Who?
Doctor Who?
Have you ever talked to Mingo?
Mingo? No,
I
I've been
haven't-
trying to reach out to him.
uh-uh.
He's on my social media. I want to hit him up too
Yeah,
because
you should hit
he
him
seemed
up.
like a cool guy. Yeah.
He heard me insult Dirty Sanchez and decided not to come on the show. That's what happened.
Have you guys actually talked to Dirty?
Yeah,
No.
he applied for a job I had open at iHeart.
Oh, really?
I don't want to say too much, but nothing. It just didn't happen.
God bless him.
He was a nice enough guy. But
Did he keep the name? Or was he one of those guys that changed his name when he went from one market to the other market?
well, he went to when I was introducing him to everybody at the station. He went to the market manager. Was like, "Hi, I'm Dirty. How are you?" So
Oh, okay.
I guess he stuck to his guns. He's like, but yeah, needless to say, it didn't work out. He was a wild one, right? I mean,
He was cool. I liked him. I mean,
Yeah.
I got along with him really good. I just know that the morning show guys didn't get along. The morning show guys didn't get along with the night show guys. I explained that last time. It was
Yeah.
and I'm in
Yeah,
the middle of all
P-Fresh
that.
said the same exact thing. P-Fresh said he was getting gang threats against his family. He was like, I gotta get out of this place.
The world didn't want Fresh to DJ from back then.
Yeah.
This
It
is
was an interesting time.
this is what you find out when you work in radio. It's like a lot of other jobs. There's just inner office drama, and you're just like, and you sometimes you got to deal with it. And even being in radio for 20 plus years now, it still exists. And it's like, oh my gosh, dude, the less people you have, the better. Except for the fact when you need people to do stuff like events, whatever, like crap, that means we got to do it. But yeah, it's just like any job, man. There's just
I don't know.
drama.
Radio is like
So-
so much more backbreaking though when it gets down to like the promotion side. When you got to put up the banners and all that crap. For some reason, it's like backbreaking labor. It seems like tent
Here's
never goes
long-
up right.
Yeah,
Long hours.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, the transition. Me and Mike worked for Art LeBeau. Zero promo budget. It was one banner that we had to reuse every time.
And everybody's
then
always mad at us. You know, I want this. I want that. It's like, dude, I don't even have that.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
No. And then I go to iHeart Clear Channel at the time, and Mike did too. We went at separate times, but it was like you had a crew setting up for you, and you just have to show up as a jockey. Like,
Just an
this is
ocean
awesome.
of T-shirts
This
to
is-
give away.
yeah,
Tear
boxes
away
of
banners.
keychains, bumper stickers,
Yeah.
those water jet bottle things. You're
Yeah.
like, this is great. And then I go back to play, and it's like, hey, Delay, you got a remote on Saturday at the tire place. All right, cool. So what? Oh, here's the van. Here's the keys to the van. And I'm like, oh, where's my crew? So I went back to the thing. You're like, oh, okay. So it was me out there just by myself.
We
setting
should
up the phone.
we should thank Oscar for that one.
All right. Here's the problem. I took all the air out of the room with that serious, somber beginning of the show. So let's break it up. Let's get a little saltine cracker here to break up our show. Why don't we try our new bit, Adlai? You guys, we came up with a new
Wanna
bit.
jump into it now? Is it?
Yeah,
oh,
why
already
not?
been
It's
almost
called
30 minutes.
It's called Stuff We Saw on TikTok. Okay. So I found two of the weirdest TikToks I could find, and I put them on. Now, one of them, it's just this lady, and you're not going to understand the context of it till the very end of the video. But I clipped the other video and ended her TikTok with it because she's like, don't come at me, don't come at me. And then you see why they're coming at her. The other one is pertaining P-Fresh to the Bud Light thing. It's actually their spokesmodel. So Adley, you pick which one you want to play.
I'll go with the first one you were talking about first.
All right, go for it.
All right, guys, here we go.
Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you, truly.
A married couple with 3 children have discovered that they are cousins after taking a DNA test to learn more about their family tree.
Okay. So isn't that weird? Like, so what happened was this lady, she went on TikTok, right? Because her and her husband, they took a DNA test, and it turned out they found out they're cousins. And then she went on TikTok and tried to get fame off of it. Like, look at me, I'm married to my cousin. And then everybody started clowning, saying all kinds of mean things to her, so on and so forth. But they have 3 kids. But it's like they're like 8th cousins or something like that. They're like 3rd cousins or 4th cousins or something like that.
That happens in Arvin all the time.
I knew you guys say something like that. I knew it.
Mickey's from Arvin, by the way.
Well, Delay had an affair with his 3rd cousin. Delay did the right thing. He kept it on the wraps. He didn't want to know.
Bro, that ain't true, Mickey. Adley's racist against Asian women, dude. I already know that, bro. You ain't gonna be messing around with no Asian girl.
Dude, I was just cautious about it. I was like, well, it could be my cousin.
Not girl cousin, guy cousin.
Oh, okay.
Guy cousin.
Asian men he is into.
Now,
back in the limousine.
His primo.
They didn't get in any drama. Nobody hated him because he kept it on hush hush. That's what the girl should have done. I mean, once you found out, why you want to parade that? You know what I mean?
I know.
Just okay. You guys messed up. It wasn't intentional. Now just keep it on the wraps. I mean, why would you want to go tell everybody about that?
What do you say, Fresh?
You didn't get clowned until now.
Oh, go ahead, Fresh. Go ahead, Fresh. I got a comment after.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, yeah, why she got to throw it out there? I mean, we wouldn't have known anything if she didn't say that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
not only that,
been cool.
Think about her kids either. You know what I mean? Her kids have to hear this now. You know, think about your kids.
That's true. On TikTok at school.
It's her what? 8th cousin.
Yeah, something like that.
It's her 8th cousin. That's it.
Is that far enough away, Oscar? Oscar, how far out can you go? 3rd cousin is okay, or?
No,
because he wants to know if he's still in the realm.
The 8th cousin. That's like, how does that even work? Like,
that's like
how many uncles? Or, I don't know. Yeah, that's way too.
But here's my thing too. If you found out you're looking at your husband or wife and you've got kids together, and you're like, oh my gosh, honey, apparently we're related. Well, are you still attracted to that person, or it's got to be a little bit of a turnoff, don't you think? You're like,
don't you think somebody in the family would have caught that? I mean, you know, maybe the first kid got away with it, but you're telling me they had 3 kids and they didn't like.
They said nothing's wrong with them. No mental retardation. Nothing.
They're fine.
You guys haven't seen that
at some point there where somebody knew somebody.
Yeah.
We're gonna say
you guys haven't seen that documentary. You guys haven't seen that documentary where that one fraternity doctor or whatever would impregnate all his patients. Fertility doctor or whatever would impregnate all his patients.
It was all his.
Would impregnate all his patients with his sperm.
Really?
So he had like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 kids that he fathered with the patient not knowing that he was the father. And they all kind of lived in the same area, right? Because they all saw the same doctor.
I saw that.
So it was kind of weird. Yeah.
And then they started trying to get to know each other to find out how many brothers and sisters they really were. Right, Oscar?
Yeah, because because they went on Ancestry or 24andMe, and they're like, oh, you got a brother across the street from you. You know, so that's how they found out.
I think they were at 40. Last count, they were at 40 something, right, or maybe more.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Does anybody give?
And I think the doctor
probably gonna be more.
Does anybody give?
And I think the doctor got a fine.
Oh, he just got fined.
That's kind of. I think that's he didn't. To me, that's like rape, right? Kind of, right?
But you're asking about some weird things, dude. I have no idea. I was
just
gonna
thinking
ask
about
if
the
anybody...
child support payments.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask kids, would anybody do that ancestry? Would any of you guys do that? Do the DNA thingamajig?
Yeah.
You would?
I want to do it.
I could see P-Fresh doing it, bro. That's some white people stuff to do. All the rest of us aren't on board, bro. That was a trick.
Wait, what would you be nervous about though, Mike? If you did it, what are you nervous about?
I already know what I am, bro.
Yeah.
You don't gotta tell me. What's the deal? I'm gonna give you $50 so you can tell me I'm half Asian. Don't I look it? The mirror tells me every day, bro. You know what I mean?
The question
But
is,
to break it down though, yeah, was it Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese? Would you ever wonder?
Why would I care? It don't make a difference. But I will say this. Danny Figueroa Adley, Danny the Coconut.
Oh yeah.
His mom or his stepmom and his dad, they're cousins, bro. That's his third cousin, is his wife.
Third?
Yeah. That's his third cousin. She came up from Mexico.
That's
the
same petri dish there, bro. I don't know, man. That's close.
They didn't have no kids though.
Okay.
But she came up, she brought Serge, and then dude, and then every time Boner would come over, when he would talk to Bardo, he'd say, "Hey Bardo, how's your cousin?" When he was talking about his wife, dude.
Dude, here's my question. Here's something that could happen. The Prado family reunion. How many people come through, Oscar? Did he freeze?
40.
Oh, where you at? You 40?
40 people?
Really?
Yeah.
If you're, I'm talking.
Yeah.
You got great grandpa, great grandma, and everybody under that. If you had all those people,
minimum 40.
Minimum,
and we all got together. Yeah.
Oscar's got 30 of them himself, bro. He keeps taking babies, dude. This dude don't want to stop having babies, bro.
Mickey, what about yours? Throw the same question out there. How many people are going to the Mickey Rock family reunion, going up great grandparents and down?
You know what's funny? When we're younger, we're at the bottom of that tree, right? We're like the bottom part. As we're older, it's getting smaller and smaller, and we're at the top part of it. Eventually, we're going to be the older part of that. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
We were the
Fresh
grandkids
for you. It's the same thing. It's a big amount of people at the family reunion, isn't it?
Well, my parents had me when they were older, so I feel like I kind of miss that whole scene there. But like hearing stories when I was younger, we used to have big family gatherings. We used to go to the park and barbecue and all stuff. But now that it's just like how Mickey said, like as we get older, it seems like the tree's getting smaller.
Yeah.
It gets smaller because you start. It gets smaller because you start another tree, right? Your own tree. Now you start creating your own family tree, but you got a bunch of trees now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's my follow-up comment though. So you got this at least 50 people deep probably, and if you start throwing in cousins, you got more, and friends and families. There's some drinking involved too, right?
Oh, no.
It's getting later at night, right? Don't you? And I'm saying that.
Nah, bro.
This probably happens more than we think.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm just wondering about it. Too. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's whatever. But
it's not. You can't. Yeah, nah.
You go down to some of those parties. TJ, it's a family party.
No, I don't think you're right, Adlay. I think you're correct.
I think Adlay got touched in the pee-pee back in the day.
Adlay got some weird fantasies and shit.
I'm just saying because I was born in the Midwest, and that's a whole very similar situation. Family reunions down in Kentucky, man, there'd be hundreds of people at the family reunion, and you're like, dude, even a year ago doing this podcast, some lady hit me up. She's like, "Hey, I found out I'm related to you," and she actually watched for a few times, but we never hooked up.
Was she out of Kentucky?
I'm just saying. She was in Ohio, and maybe she's watching.
Yeah, she was like randomly Adlay's cousin.
Yeah,
she found him through the Chino brothers. So weird, dude.
Yeah, her grandfather was my grandfather's brother.
Then she asked for his visa number. I had no idea what she needed that for.
Like green card visa?
No, like in your wallet visa. What's in your wallet?
What about this question?
Well, I don't know. Adam, I'm saying that it's wrong, but I'm just saying maybe there's a
That's
chance
pretty
that it
bad
could have
at it.
happened. It could have happened. I'm just saying,
All
not
right,
on
dude,
purpose.
Speaking of white family, so I'm half white also, and my white family are poor people, right? So I will go to Oregon sometimes with my mom. I hated it because like we have a family reunion, bro, and they will call me the color boy and stuff. I was like, I can't take this, man. Anyways, so I had this cousin, but she was like a step cousin of some sort, like she wasn't actually related. And we used to go swimming in these creeks. I'm going swimming in the creek, and I get back in the car. My mom says, "Oh yeah, you know, Sherry's mom said, oh, I saw how Mike was looking at Sherry." I'm like, have you lost your mind, dude? That first of all, it's not an attractive person. Next of all, it's a relative. Like, why would I look at somebody like that? But we're in the hillbilly outback, dude. I'm telling you, man, them hillbillies, bro. I'm telling you, they're probably about it. I could be wrong, but when I was in West Virginia, I saw some stuff.
Have you seen Joe Dirt?
I was in West Virginia, bro. It was worse than Joe Dirt.
Worse
Is
than
it
Joe.
really, is it really like that? Is it really like
You're
is
my
it still
sister.
In Wheeling, West Virginia, you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. So Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we're the north, right? And then Wheeling's where the south
clever.
starts. So like slaves used to come up here to find freedom and whatnot, and like we're completely different. But in Wheeling, West Virginia, it's poverty. It's what do they call it? The Ozarks. So it's just poverty. It's poverty like you've never seen before. So I bought a vending machine route out there because I needed to make extra money. And when the guy was selling it to me, he goes, "Mike, so how did you grow up?" And I said, "Before I came to this town today, sir, I would have told you I grew up poor. But I'm telling you right now, if I was in this town, I would have been the richest person in this town." Like we're talking, dude, it's the poverty there is so horrible. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys one story, and then we'll get back to having fun because I'm bringing the air out of the room. But listen to this. So I used to smoke cigarettes at the time, right? So I'm walking up to this pizza shop, and I'm gonna go fill this bubble gum machine. I'm walking up, and I didn't have any cigarettes. And I see this girl. She couldn't have been more than 15 years old, smoking cigarettes. I'm like, man, I was like 37 at the time. So I'm like, man, if I ask that girl for a cigarette, that's kind of weird because she's a kid. Then I look at the pizza shop I'm going to fill my bubble gum machine up in, and there's a guy walking out about a couple years older than me, and he's mean mugging me. I'm like, oh crap, that's her dad. He saw me looking at his kid. I'm embarrassed. So I go in, I fill up the gumball machine, and I come out, and the car's still out there, right? I walk out, the two of them are making out. I was like, I can't take this place, man. I cannot be here, dude. I used to fight with my wife every time I'd come home from there because I'd be in such a bad mood. It is horrible, you guys. I'm not lying to you. It is awful. Like I used to have to sell Comcast in those areas, and I'd be like, Pittsburgh's only an hour away, man. Get out of here. Go get a job. There's jobs over there, man. Help your family.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
man,
of that
it's-
stuff too, man. We'd go the parts of Kentucky was similar to that. They're all coal miners. They dab black lung all the time. I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and my brother's actually darker than me and more Asian looking than me. And I remember there was like a Vietnam vet, fresh back from the whatever it is. And he was a biker dude. He just kept looking at us like he wanted to like kill. He's like, man, I just get back from Vietnam. It was a trip, dude. I was like, Dad, I'm scared. Like it was like trippy, dude. Yeah, but some of those backwater places, man, yeah, it's different.
And dude, I also admit, getting back to the story, I have good looking cousins. Like I have cousins that I'm like, that's a good looking girl. Still my cousin.
Okay.
Still my cousin.
Not weird.
Yeah.
Wait, yes, it's weird.
No, it's not. But maybe one of her friends, you know.
Hook up the homie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
hook
see
up the
that.
homie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, you want to watch the next weird TikTok, Adley?
I don't know. I'm scared now. Are we?
This is the new Bud Light spokesperson, and I'm not lying to you guys. They made a beer bottle with this person.
This is
on there.
legit.
Go ahead.
Dylan Mulvaney is the name. Okay, here we go, guys. Go check it out.
Day 74 of being a girl, round of applause for the makeup. And I wore this outfit shopping today, and I thought that these might be my new shopping shorts. And I went, oh, I forgot that my crotch doesn't look like other women's crotches sometimes because mine doesn't look like a little Barbie pocket. Number one, you can stop wearing clothes that fit like this. Number two, I can do a tuck, which is going to have to be a whole other video, but it's very painful and involved Or number three, I just normalize it. And we all just normalize women having bulges because we're coming up on bikini season, baby, and you might see a bulge or two. So normalize the bulge. We are normalizing the bulge. Women can have bulges, and that's okay.
All right, what do you guys think of that? Adley, your favorite beer, dude, when we were in college. Bud Light, that was your absolute favorite beer.
Let me crack a Bud Light right now.
I thought I saw Mickey like that.
Oh hell no! You know what, you were ahead of your time. I'll be honest with you, man.
Mickey has that outfit. Some leather shorts. Oh, dude, Pierce. But on a serious note, here's my thing. How old is Dylan? She's got to be close to 30, right? Right? I'm guessing at least 27, 20. I'm guessing
she looks older. He looks
even older,
whatever.
maybe. Yeah, whatever. But it's just like, dude, just seems like that person, guy or girl, would just be so obnoxious. That's how they act. It would drive me bonkers. I'm like, dude,
you wouldn't want to hang out with them.
I would not. I'd just be like, this is insane. Oh my gosh, get out of here. Yeah. Do you stop now, Mickey? Do you stop drinking Bud Light?
Oh hell, I'm gonna start immediately after that commercial.
Yeah.
No.
He's gonna order a bunch of cases for his restaurant. From now on, nothing but Bud Light.
Oh man. Is that for real? Is that a real commercial?
That's the real spokesperson.
No, that's the spokesperson, but that's their TikTok. So those are the two weirdest TikToks I found this week.
Oh, damn.
What do Mickey, do you have a ponytail for us? Does he?
He used to. I remember that.
Do you still have a ponytail, Mick? No, you have it high and tight.
Back in the day, but...
I got you. You have it high and tight. Now, come on, like seriously, are we supposed to just accept this now? Women can have a bulge? That's not abnormal to you guys?
That's not a woman, though.
I'm going to Fresh. I'm going to P-Fresh on this one. Fresh.
Yeah.
Damn, guys. Hey, way to put me on the spot, guys. No, hey, you know what? It's 2021. People,
2023.
Oh, it is? Okay, that's
I mean, dude, that lady had a giant pito too, bro. You can see it through her shorts, dude.
But he's not a woman, like, so it's a he dressed like a girl that has a bulge. I mean, I don't know.
But
in his mind, he's a woman, though, right? In his mind,
well, that's fine.
On.
But it's he is not.
Okay, we have to be politically correct. So explain to me, is it politically correct? Let's say I was introducing you guys to that person. What's the person's name again? I can't remember.
Dylan Mulvaney.
All right, let's say I was introducing you to that person, right? And I said, "Hey guys, this is Dylan. You know, the lady with the wiener." Would that be impolite to say?
Yeah.
Why? She showed her wiener on television. She showed her wiener on TikTok.
I'd appreciate you letting me know before I took it a step further. I wouldn't take it a step further.
Bring that up for just like a snippet of time, just like a quick second.
The picture?
No, the video. The video. Bring it up for just a quick second.
Day 74 being a girl. Round of applause for the makeup. And I wore this outfit shopping today. And
you could totally, it's just like shaped around her wiener on the left-hand side, dude. Like,
I'll be honest with you, I'm not even trying to look in that area, bro.
I mean, I'm not trying to look at it in the manner of being like, well, I'm taking this back to bed with me tonight. Although maybe I am. What do I know? But
2021, man.
What I'm saying is, it's like, it's so obvious. Like, it's not like it's like, okay, you were, kind of baggy-ish. It's like, no, you're completely doing it. It looks like they're doing it on purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, and raise your hand if you can't wait for bikini season. Nobody? Oh, just.
But why does she have to make it a thing? How come she can't just bulge it and not say anything?
Yes,
and just be itself without saying anything. Like, why does she have to bring it up?
God, do you have to?
I mean, that's all Anheuser-Busch, though, right? They're trying to do that whole woke movement, right? I was reading this ad age.
Create their own. Go ahead. Sorry, go. P-Fresh.
No, I was reading this ad age piece on it, and they were talking about how sales just plummeted, right? But it's crazy how in order to grab attention, right? These marketing firms gotta do something that's off the rails, right?
Now,
just something crazy.
What about this?
Well,
what
I think one
they was a bottle of Bud Light?
They do.
One, they do it
holder. Because they kind of.
This is genius.
I think they're kind of pressured by our government some way or another to kind of embrace that and market that so they could get incentivized for them. I feel, but
I mean,
if they really want to go after that crowd, they should create their own product. Like a another Bud Light for them and see how well sales do.
Do you guys think that some of these companies are getting pressured into because let's say you don't, then they're gonna rail against you. Well, you're not diverse or you're racist or whatever. So what do you do? I mean, so they just went along with it. Now you're gonna piss off these people. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they did make it.
What
Clever raising
happens
his
is
hand.
if they don't, I think like if they go for loans or they go try to get certain things, they're gonna see like, oh, this guy doesn't back up this community. You're not qualified, to somebody that does, right? So it's kind of like that's a little unfair, But
you think that's how it's gonna get down? But
I think
how
so.
about this? All right, so I got something for you guys. This is off the top of kind of like so Uganda, they just made it illegal to be gay in Uganda. Did you guys know that?
Dang.
Yeah.
It's hardcore. What's the penalty?
Jail or something like that. But
you don't want to risk a delay.
But
wait, jail with a bunch of other dudes?
I don't know if it's worth it or not to go.
But here's the thing: is that now President Biden wants to put economic sanctions on them until they change the law.
Chop your nuts.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's their morality. Why are we infringing on their morality?
Yes,
Yeah.
He should be worried about what the hell we're doing here, and he's not doing a damn good. He's not doing a good job as it is.
I know, man. That dude sucks.
But you used to like him,
Oh.
when your Uncle Trump was in office. You used to love Biden. It's another subject, but yeah.
Here's what I got asked though too. Here's my thing about Dylan Mulvaney, Bud Light. She's the whatever endorser. But we've all worked in the club. We've all been around that scene. When you go to a club, how many girls are drinking Bud Light?
Not very many.
Not very many. No.
They're drinking Adios Mother Effers. They're drinking mixed drinks. Maybe the Truly seltzers or whatever. The silk candies, the mixed drinks. But rarely are they drinking a can or bottle of beer. If you're a woman watching right now, raise your hand if you drink beer. And no comments, I bet. Mostly.
Well, also think about it. It kind of makes a girl sexy if she drinks a beer. You know what I mean? Kind of rock and roll sexy if they crack a beer. You know what I mean? Kind of tough. But the reason why is because not many
that
girls
also
do it.
depends where you're drinking it. Like, would you say on the east side would the girls be more prone to drinking beer than maybe
they're drinking 40s, bro? The east side,
45 Colts.
Yeah, but if they had the option, they'd rather have like fruity slushy drinks that they got at the corner store or whatever. Those the ones that you pour like a Slurpee, but they got all kinds of alcohol in them.
Florita likes the Mexican beers. Now, do you make a
like those
michelada with
micheladas, bro?
The micheladas.
Micheladas.
Yeah,
I get down.
What's up, Drask?
What's going on, DJ Drask? Yeah, dude. So that's
Orlinda,
the thing is that's
you don't drink beer. Orlinda, you don't drink beer.
Yeah, we got a lot of people on this thing, man.
It's not just
see, you're starting to get the east side now.
Well, Oscar was clowning beforehand. He's like, I hope somebody shows up. It's like, Oscar, I've been promoting the crap out of this thing, dude. You see that promo we did, Oscar? That promo was sick, bro.
I saw the picture, bro.
No, not the picture, the video. You didn't see the video?
Yeah, it's dope. It's
the video was ill.
Well, Baby George said everybody that's watching is looking for Oscar because he owes them money.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
All right, come on now.
Crazy horse. Yeah.
Have you noticed, Mick, at your place, are they buying less Bud Light now or no?
I haven't seen much of a change. I'll be honest with you, but I don't know how old that promotion is or that thing on whatever you guys saw.
Dylan being the spokesperson. Fresh, you said that the sales were down. Was that before Dylan took over or after?
That was after.
Yeah, it was after.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this dude on Instagram, and he was.
Is that are they directly relating that because of that dude or the girl?
I think there was some country. There was some country artists that got rid of Bud Light on their shows and the writers and all.
Oh, Kid Rock went off shooting up cans of it.
Yeah.
So it was after.
Yeah, it was all over TikTok too. Like people just pouring out their Bud Light and stuff. Even the Chino brothers put out a TikTok about it.
Yeah, nice. They're selling cans of Budweiser for like $50. They're like Bud Light can pre-Dylan, $45.
Well, it might be a good opportunity for a competitor to come out with a better, alpha beer can or something.
Did you hear what the head of marketing said at Bud Light? Why they did it?
Why?
They said that their sales were slumping and they were tired of selling to that audience and they were looking for a new audience.
To the frat boy audience.
It's like, dude, it's sports fans and barbecues. You have the market on sports fans and barbecues. Because if you go to a barbecue, they got a keg of Bud Light. You don't care. You're not mad. You know what I mean? And that's the cheapest. You don't care. I'm not mad. You can find.
Speaking of barbecues, I know somebody's serving a chorizo. Nobody? Nobody?
Delay wants to know where the chorizo's at. He wants to go over there. Nothing makes
Oscar barbecue winner.
A chorizo and a Bud Light.
A chorizo and a Bud Light.
Hey, that sounds good.
Oh man,
D-Day likes the Michelob Ultra. That's what he likes.
I'm telling you, Adlai's
Adlai's
favorite beer was Bud Light when we were in school. He used to always say, it just rolls off the tongue, Mike. Because I drank Miller Lite, but I grew up by the Miller Brewing Company. So all of us drank Miller Lite,
Before, though, it was Keystone Light. But then
that was a budgetary issue. Yeah, that was a budgetary issue.
A budgetary issue.
But Ad, seriously, are you still into Bud Light or no? Are you going to keep drinking it?
I'm going to say that it just depends. I'll go for something a little like a Blue Moon type something, you know what I mean? But Bud Light is like the number 2 beer in the world because people go up, do you have this IPA, whatever, Hefeweizen, whatever? And they're like, no, we don't have that. All right, just give me a Bud Light then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how they do so
totally
well.
True.
Yeah.
What if Bud
PBR,
Light just
classic.
keeps getting gayer and gayer and gayer till finally like the bottle just looks like a wiener?
Baby George rolls down your throat.
Hey, Delay, would you still drink Bud Light if they promoted the Raiders?
Good question. I'm not hating on the Raiders, but I would. Nah, I guess I would. I don't know.
I didn't understand what that comment was saying.
Yeah, me
either. Bud Light has no connection with sexual bulges. As an AM model, it is important to remember that promotions for products like beer may sometimes use sexual innuendo or suggestive imagery.
I'm saying,
I get it.
If they made the bottle look like a wiener, Adlai, would you keep drinking it? Like, so every time you put it to your mouth,
Look at Delay. He got moist right now just thinking of that.
He'll take 2 of them.
Life right there.
He'll be double fisted.
Yeah. He's definitely doing a P-Fresh, and the winner is, and there's no drinking even in the bottle.
Well, no, but you guys remember going down to Mexico spring break? You go to Papa's and Beer down at Rosarito, and they do the thing where, like, okay,
we didn't have magic childhoods, bro. You got to do that stuff. Mickey was working in the fields.
And I worked, and then I did that,
but in the fields. I'm just teasing you.
But you go down there, and they'd make the shot in your mouth, right? And then they'd shake your head and blow the whistle. You guys don't remember doing that stuff like that,
dude? And none of us did that.
And then what would happen was then they'd take a dildo and they'd put it in your mouth.
What?
Yeah, they'd be like, take pictures. Yeah, you'd be like, oh,
What part are you going, bro? I'm looking at Delay to be the next part of the life.
Yeah.
No, are you being serious?
No, they do that stuff to the tourists and everything, and they'd get all crazy with it. I'm sure it's on TikTok. They'd be like,
you three were trying to pretend like you were bougie like Adlai while he was telling a story until it got to the dildo part. I was like, none of us did it. We all grew up poor. You three were like, don't say the word poor in front of me. I'm insulted. And until you got to that dildo part, and all of us were like, yeah, we'll admit it. We never did it. But Adlai, you got to DJ at like Papa's and Beer.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
you?
dude. Yeah, I did all those spots and stuff too. The tourists would come up, and it'd be even in Tijuana they do this stuff too.
You DJ and DJ?
Yeah, I remember because
Did you wanna-
Delay wanted to do that at the clubs over here. He wanted like, hey, let's give people shots and give them a dildo. It's like, nah, bro, that doesn't fly
But
over
you know,
here.
they still do that crazy stuff. It just minus the dildo. They do the shots in your mouth and shake your head and blow the whistle, get all crazy and stuff. And you get not even that. No, the Oscar really never drank, dude.
The dildo
No,
part
they
is
do
what got
that, but
everybody to back
Yeah,
out,
never-
bro. Like as soon as you said there was a dildo involved, everybody was like, "No, dude, we don't know what you're talking about no more."
Dude, even going down to Nogales in Mexico, they do that shot thing where they'd shake your head up and do the whistle and everything. None of that.
Well, I
Okay.
was with you up until the dildo part.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
scared
me
us
too.
with the dildo.
Thing and the beer
Adelaide.
bong. Yeah, I've seen it because I've done it when I used to go party in TJ.
But you didn't see him play tricks on people like that. Nothing like that. With
Not all of us went to Casablanca,
unsuspecting
brother.
girls or guys, whatever. They're like, yeah,
think-
do the shot thing.
I think you were at more touristy places in Mexico than
Could have
we
been down
were.
like at Mazatlan or something or Cancun.
It
Maybe.
depends.
I would
dude,
go to
that's
San
probably-
Felipe.
depends where you went, dude. You probably went to some, certain area where they did that, but nah.
Yeah, Delay. I don't know, brother.
Oh,
For the longest
Hey,
time, I was joking.
hey,
I was joking with you about coming out of the closet, but I think you really are.
yeah.
I think you're
Yeah,
really-
me too,
I
bro.
think-
You scared me with that.
No, but I'm just
Hey,
saying that's how
Mike,
crazy
Mike
it was.
looking at you weird, like.
I don't
No,
know.
but it was crazy.
I'm not familiar with the dildo part, but like
I mean,
because
the first time I heard about
this
it.
is
You guys
why.
have never seen that happen.
Bad,
No.
listen, I'm being honest with you. P-Fresh is a little young, so I know he might not have this experience. But Oscar and Mick, maybe not Mickey. He's a little bit of a saint. Oscar, you're a scumbag. I know you've had this experience where you
Never
walk
like he
into-
did.
where you walk into a dirty magazine store and
Oh,
you're
no.
trying not to look at the dildos because they're so weird looking.
Oh,
If you guys know what I'm talking about when you walk
I don't
into
even want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about this.
yeah.
No one.
like Fresh, you're a little young, so like you had the internet your whole life, so you never
Yeah,
had
he
to
just
walk
buy it
into.
online.
Yeah, you didn't have to walk into a dirty magazine store, but like the four of us, I'm like you walk in, you're like, I don't want to see that. This is so weird. Like, you know what I mean?
Or before there was Blockbuster, right? You had the Asian guys had all the movie
Oh,
video, the
yeah,
VHS.
yeah.
So they had the little section with the curtain, and you like
with,
try
with
to
the,
peek in
with
there.
the beads on it.
Damn, Oscar.
Yeah,
With
At the off-brand movie rental place.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
have to go
Johnson's
through the
Video
beads.
Squad.
It's like,
Yeah.
look around, make sure you don't know anybody when you're walking in. You're like,
Then you see the guy coming out of it with the video cassette in his hand. You like tap your buddy, like, hey, look at the pervert, man. Look at the Chino,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
you're like, all right, I'm going in, bro. You have to
Yeah,
rock
that-
paper scissors to see who goes in there and rents a movie.
Oh, God.
I don't think I ever did like go into that section and that thing.
Hell
'cause
no.
I don't want people seeing me. That's the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, it was in public. What was
Well,
the
you
name of the
wouldn't go
place in
in there.
Tucson? Was it Casa Video? They had one of those setups.
Casa Video in Tucson?
Yeah, in Tucson. It was one of the off-brand ones. Yeah, it's just
Well,
like
you guys don't remember as kids, didn't they have the LA Express? Like, remember you could buy newspapers on the corner?
newspaper?
You
Yeah,
put a
I
quarter?
was talking to Adley about that the other day. The
Remember?
dirty,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
porno
Yeah.
newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. The whole street, like in Vegas, they used to have them all over. Remember? It was back in the 90s.
I never went as a
Long
kid in
time ago.
Vegas, but
Yeah. You
I
this.
remember renting, like, just going walking into the regular video store, and even that section looked dirty.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
definitely.
Like, it didn't even look like they kept it up. Like, I wanted no part of that. Like, I'm not going there. Look, you know what I mean? I was like, ugh.
And you know what sucked? If like Breakfast Club was like right next to the curtain, just to the
Oh,
left
man.
of it, you know what I mean? And you had a hankering for a John Hughes film. You're like, man, I really want to watch Breakfast Club. I don't want anybody thinking I'm walking in that effing beat it area over there, man.
Dude, how much money did they make on that section? Because it was always open, and you're thinking like, dude, it can't be making that much money.
I wonder
can
how
it?
much it was to rent. Was it more than normal videos, you think, or what?
There's a perv tax.
You remember when you had cable and you would like switch the channels back and forth, and you could see like for a little bit, like
When
Like
that
a
was
breast?
when On TV was on, dude. That was when On TV was around, and there'd be like a squiggly line like this, and the porn movie
Yeah.
would come on at like 12:30, and it'd be all squiggly. You're like, look at it. You're like, I don't know if that's an elbow or if that's
Oh,
like, you know what I mean?
no, or you would go from one channel to another, like switch back and forth.
Yeah,
you know?
but you
and
You know,
could
like
you
the
could
way
first,
Oscar's moving his hand there, man.
you had to do it with the knob. You couldn't do it with
Oscar,
you
I
couldn't
don't
do
like
it
the way you're
with
moving
the
your hand right
buttons.
there while you're talking about that, man. Don't do it again. I was like, yeah, see the way Oscar's moving the remote right there? That was not
no,
cool,
because
man.
you were switching back and forth, and as you switched back and forth, it got staticky, and there was times when it would like stay for a little bit and then switch back to the thing.
And then Oscar, sometimes you'd have it locked right in the center between switching back and forth, and it would go right perfect, and you're like, I have it forever now. You'd be all excited, and like 2 seconds later, it goes into
goes away.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You never did that, Mickey?
Well,
I don't think you have
I
TV.
remember you got the little knob and try to watch HBO for free, and sometimes you get lucky and you move it right, you get to watch HBO for at least an hour or so. You know what I'm saying? Or you get to watch 1 or 2 cool movies for free, and then it would go clank, and I'm like, damn. You know,
You got a couple hours out. I would get maybe 30-second spurts out of it.
No, there was times when like
I'm talking about once in a while. You'd mess
once
with
in a
it,
while, like late at night, it would like you
Yeah.
would get HBO for free.
Yeah,
and that's when
you really had to
yeah.
mess with the dial, and
Yeah.
you were right. Sometimes you don't know when it was going to go back to brr, but sometimes you got lucky and got to watch a movie. It's like,
Dude,
damn, you know?
my neighbor, his parents bought him a TV for his bedroom. So like it was big back then, right? And his TV had a perfect knob to where he could keep it like that the whole time. But I didn't want to go to his house, dude, because it's late at night. I don't want to look at dirty movies with some other dude. You know what I mean? I was just like, well, you have an asset that I can't.
That smoke shop, Mike, they're gonna look at you different. And you too, when you walk to that radio station tomorrow, they're gonna look at you guys different tomorrow.
But what kid didn't do that? You know, what child didn't do that or something like that? You know?
I mean, dude, your parents would be walking down the hall. You cut that TV off as fast as you could, so that way
No, you would
right.
you would have the return button. Remember, like you could go to the back channel, so you could go back to like the normal channel. You hit the back.
Nah, bro, I didn't have that fancy TV like you.
Well, we had to remember when HBO came out, like they had the cable box.
Yeah,
that's what we had. So,
hey, do you guys remember when I still remember when I ordered like a fight, the pay-per-view when it first came out, and the cable guy literally would show up to your house and he would like plug something in your box.
No.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I remember of getting like a paper, like the UFC, like the first ever, like the UFC 2 or 3, and I went down. I said, "Hey, I want the fight." So, okay, he'll be there on Friday, whenever the fight was, and he would show up and connect a little piece to the back of the box, like a little filter, some kind of little tube.
Wow.
And then
we used to watch the Cesar Chavez fights and the boxing matches.
Back the little filter or the little thing back to the cable station.
Yeah, but that's when you would pay a guy to go up there and fix it for like $50, and then you'll get everything. That's how you would get free cable and shit.
Adlai had that. Adlai in college, remember he told me?
We had something where it was actually a filter that blocked it. So my buddy's all, you go to the street and you lift up the concrete lid to the cable connections, and he would just unscrew the filters and then screw it back in. And we go in like, dude, we got all the movie channels now. This is awesome.
That's what happened.
Yeah, about 10 years ago or 13 years ago, I knew a guy who used to work for the cable company, and where I used to live, he still had a lot of the equipment. So he goes, "Hey, pay me this much, and I'll get you the cable and the and internet for free." So this guy would show up, right? And he had all the tools, and he still worked there.
How much did you pay him?
I don't remember how much I paid him, but he
was
would
it
tell
over.
me, "Hey, look,
was it over $1,000?
Nah, no.
Was it $200?
I must have paid him maybe at $300 or $200.
That's a pretty good deal. I like that deal. All right, go ahead.
It was, and he would come and he did it professionally. Hey, look, they're not gonna be able to tell. You know what I mean? And if they do tell, come back, call me, and I'll come back and do it again. And sure enough, about a year later, they came back and unplugged my shit, right? And then he came back and did it, and I had it like for about a year and a half, where I had internet and cable, everything. So yeah. That's cool.
All free.
Yeah, it is a good story.
Nice.
When I worked for Comcast, when I went to go work for Comcast, I didn't even have a television, you guys. But in order to get internet, I had to have a television because you had to take the whole triple play so you knew how to sell it because I was a salesman, right? But anyways, When you work for Comcast, you have every single channel of every single television you want. But bro, when you're selling that, dude, you recognize how many people don't like paying for their pay-per-views, dude. Because you'll go knock on somebody's door and you're like, hey, have you ever had Comcast before? It's like, no, okay. Well, I'll call it in. So you're calling in. Yeah, Oscar Prado, Social Security number 256-774432. Hey man, you say you didn't have Comcast before. No. You had it 3 months ago. You still owe $1,200, dude. You only had it for a month, dude. Like, how'd you do that? It's like, oh man, I had a lot of pay-per-views, man.
Oh, that's crazy. They let the bill run that high before they cut it off.
Think about it, bro. If you're from the hood, you love watching the fights. And there's always, especially now, like every weekend there's a UFC 280 something.
Yeah, back then those were like some special events, and they would happen once every 3-4 months. You know what I mean?
Remember when Tyson used to,
you didn't get that many things on pay-per-view. Pay-per-view was like 2 times out of the year, maybe, right?
Yeah, it was like always King Vision. What were you gonna say, Oscar?
That happened to us, but we did it with. Remember, I think it was the box or the jukebox. You would call the phone number.
Oh yeah,
and you would pick a music video, and you'd press like, 1, 2, 3 for this music video. That we ran up a bill one day. We got our ass whooped because the phone bill was so expensive. We didn't know. We were kids, bro. You know.
Nah, man, people did it on purpose at Comcast, and then they try to put the Comcast in their kids' names. I'm like, nah, man, I don't do that. And like, well, don't you want to sell? I'm like, not that bad. Like, I'm not trying to mess this poor little kid's credit up before they even get anywhere. So, but yeah, man, it was dope. You got every channel.
And then the internet came out, and you can get anything on the internet. Pirate Bay. Remember those guys at the club? The security guards would sell us DVDs that they had burned.
Yeah,
movies and stuff. Like,
Napster, remember Napster?
Oh my gosh!
Nice. Or LimeWire.
You don't have those guys anymore, huh? Remember the like you'd be in the parking lot, and then hey, you want to buy some movies? And he'd have like a whole like all the latest movies.
Yeah, but some of them were the ones from the dude in the back of the theater. Remember those ones? Those ones would suck, dude.
Yeah.
I watched one with my kids. Like, so I found a bootleg website now, right? So I'm like, all right. So when Sing first came out, I didn't want to go to the theater. So I was like, we'll just watch it at home on the bootleg. So we're watching it. And you hear the dude eating popcorn. My son's like, what's that noise, Dad?
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, dude. Even the VHS tapes at the swap meet back in the day, you'd go there and it's like rolling the dice. Sometimes it'd be okay quality, but most of the times it was pretty bad quality.
The cassette tapes were the worst, dude. Because especially if you really wanted the album. I remember I bought Ice-T Power at the swap meet, and P-Fresh, it looked like the real tape. Like it looked like you were buying it at Sam Goody. So you're like, oh, word, dude. As soon as you open it, you know it's not what it's supposed to be. But sometimes you put it on, it sounds so whack. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, like you said, it was like in the back of the theater and all like ghetto and stuff.
Yeah,
a low budget dub of a dub of a dub.
Yeah,
we would do that when we were promoting artists back in the days. We would get like an artist that was real hot and burn a CD with the artist that we wanted to push. So like together, so it'd be one of his songs and one of the real artists, and we would just put the CD cover of the real artist, and people would buy it. And I'm hoping that it'll go viral, I guess, back then. You know.
Did they ever come back and say, "What the hell"?
Nah.
You'd move spots. Oscar would move spots real quick. Every half hour, he'd be moving.
Where were you selling these CDs at, Oscar? At the Carniceria?
No, this was in San Fernando. This was back in the days, but yeah, pretty much like next to tacos, like all the taco shops and things like that. You know?
That's
funny. Like Oscar said, they sneak in some artists and they're like, "Who the hell is this? I never heard of him." And you thought you were not knowing who he was, but it was one of Oscar's artists and shit that he's trying to push.
Hoping that he would like, and you know, we would try to pick artists that was similar, right? So they're like, "Oh, I like this guy too," and then maybe they'll come back and buy that guy's CD later on. You know,
were you trying to start a record label, Oscar?
No, we were promoting artists. You know, just
artists would pay you to do this.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, of course we would. Kind of
artists would be like, "Hey, dude, come on, dude." So, dude, I'm just thinking, like, you're like, "Oh man, Oscar's got the new Ice Cube CD. Oh, this is dope." And then you pop it in, like, "Man, Ice Cube sounds different. It sounds the same." Dude.
It wouldn't be the same song.
Night of illegal recordings.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the same song. It would be like Ice Cube, his song, and then we would put in another song of somebody else that's completely different. You know.
So when when I growing up in the San Fernando Valley too, they had like these stores. You go, and they would burn like compilation CDs.
Yeah.
And so you would go and like they would have different compilation CDs. And I mean those were kind of cool.
Like,
I
you don't
never
have to
really
go buy the
bought.
whole album anymore. You just
Yeah,
buy the
exactly.
hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized that's Zach
Columbia
at
House.
LA. They keeps putting all those comments up. I was
Oh,
like, who
okay,
is that?
okay. Columbia House. I remember that too.
I remember
2
that.
CDs per pay. Yeah, that's how they
Where
get you.
where we grew up, where me and Adlai grew up, they had Tower Records, and Tower Records used to have this machine, and you would type in the songs you
yeah.
wanted on it, and it would spit out a tape.
Yeah.
And it had a mixtape for you. It was really cool.
Yeah,
I guess
Oh,
you,
when
I guess you
remember
had that too, huh, Fresh? Because you're in San Fernando Valley.
Yeah. And then that whole like bootleg scene where they used to crack down on people selling like bootlegs and stuff. That
We
kind
knew a
of
guy.
Well, we
Yeah, we knew a
when
guy.
we would go, sometimes we would be recording artists, and there would be guys that come by and they would give you CDs. Like I remember the one that had us. They gave us a bunch of them. Was the 50 Cent, the Get Rich and Die Trying, but it was a legit CD. But it was like there was misprints or the colors were off, so they would dispose of them, throw them away, and this guy would get them off and then start selling them on the side. And he gave us like
oh
2-3
damn.
boxes. I think I
Oh,
still have a
that's
box in the
crazy.
garage, dude.
Dope.
Because I used to
Oscar,
know.
have you ever done
Warehouse.
anything straight in your life?
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely, every day.
Let's find out today if Oscar's ever done a real job that's straight.
He's always working
Every
at
day,
Angle.
bro.
Something has to be a little off.
I pay my taxes.
I'm gonna go look at my Gam Solar in a little bit. Those things better not be a little off either.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Hey.
Last time you guys
Yeah,
were on
man.
here, you got the solar from Oscar. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they just finally turned him on a whole year and a half later. Just got turned
Was
on.
it that long, bro?
Huh?
Hey, I saved you. You didn't have to pay.
I'm gonna go find out what angle you took on that.
And
Wait,
Oscar,
I was gonna say, Mickey.
have you ever had a legit job?
Yeah, dude. I paid my
It sold
taxes.
radio, man. It sold radio back in the day.
We were the
But-
highest paying DJs. Come on, Mickey.
But wait a minute.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
There's always like he'll do a regular job, but there's always a little twist. I'm talking. Have you ever done a whole job without a little twist? Like for instance, you worked in radio, right?
Yeah.
But you're doing your mamas with the promotions.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing the
Artists.
clubs.
Okay. You worked promoting
we
you
worked.
guys, but you snuck in the fake CD. I'm talking. Have you ever done anything without some kind of anything crooked in there?
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't go find it. It just finds me. I
Like
guess.
you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that's your real house back there?
Yeah, bro. It's
Whose
my house.
house? Oscar's house? Dude, here's the thing, though. Oscar sees where the nickels are and he chases after them. I can't blame the guy, dude. That's what you call a hustler. You know what I mean?
I'll give you that. He is a hustler.
Yeah. I think about it, Mickey. And who are you talking? You got 19 jobs, dude. You know what I mean? Like Mickey's like,
know,
okay,
bro.
guys, I get my 45-minute nap here, and then I got to go back to my overnight
I'm
job. And
serious.
then after that,
That's
you know.
true.
D-Day still
give
has the
Oscar
same
that.
job for 10 years and shit.
So, yeah, dude, I'm one of those guys that just goes, stays at the job for a while and stuff. That's true. But Oscar can find the extra money. Yeah. And if you're gonna put in the work, why not get as much money as you can?
Yeah, I give Oscar that. He won't go broke. He'll find some way somehow to make money. He's a hard worker.
You need a DJ, Oscar? P-Fresh is looking.
No, I gotta talk to P-Fresh, see what kind of we can work out on Amazon. You know?
Get a deal.
I'm sure there's a lot of things we can do.
You gotta find
Any
out if
damaged
Universal wants
product?
him to DJ or not.
You got any damaged product I can pick up from you, P-Fresh?
By the pallet?
By the pallet, or by the truckload, pallet, whatever. I don't know. Container load.
Don't they sell those like sent back boxes or something like that? You can find those on like eBay and stuff. I always watch those YouTube videos. People always open them up. It's always garbage, like broken stuff. And they paid like $1,200 for it.
Big Al.
Look at Big Al.
Delete Mickey.
He really only has one job, and Cat can't even do that.
They do, Mike, but like you're getting it, like you need to get it from the source. Like if you could get it from like the guy, you're good. But if you get it like from somebody that got it and resold it to you, it's just like it's not worth it.
You got to get it from the tap, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you got to get it from if you could got a plug like that, P-Fresh, it's on and cracking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, perfect.
P-Fresh is allergic to making money, you guys, man.
He don't want trouble. He don't want trouble.
Yeah, you don't want trouble.
P-Fresh thinks money gives you herpes, dude. He don't want to have nothing to do with it. He's like, oh, money, it's horrible. I believe in Bernie Sanders and whatever these other white liberals taught me about.
P-Fresh though, you work a lot of overtime during the holidays out there.
Yeah, I work 12-hour shifts. Yeah.
How many days a week?
I work 4 days on, 3 days off.
That's not bad,
nice.
dude. 12-hour shifts. I know it's actually really nice because you could go somewhere in those 3 days off.
Yeah, I'm
That's
actually
not
trying
bad,
to like catch up on some sleep. That's for real.
Yeah,
sleep
But,
is the cousin of death.
He golfs a lot too. P-Fresh.
That's
P-Fresh,
true,
I know you're a golfer, P-Fresh.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
life, the good life, man. That's nice.
Yeah.
You gotta go out one day. Golf, dude.
I went to the range earlier today before
you
the
did?
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to catch up on
Remember
his
that
sleep,
one time
dude.
we went to that we went to this golf tournament, right? And Oscar and Delay showed up with these clubs. I don't know how these two fools were not embarrassed to show up to the golf course with these clubs. They're these clubs that I thought these guys were joking. I said, they're playing around, right? They showed up with these clubs that you literally think they bought at some
I think it was
the Goodwill or something.
I think
That's some Byron Nelson's, man.
I think some of the clubs were wooden clubs. Like
I had
wood.
some.
Yeah.
Over classics. Yeah.
And you guys
we will have some like that.
with those things. I don't know how the hell they throw you guys out for showing up with those things, man.
You guys play golf like that? I never play golf. The only time I'd want to play golf is on the Top Golf. You know that one where you stand on the second level and drive the ball?
Yeah,
that looks like that's fun. But like regular golf, that does not sound like a good time to me at all.
It is fun. It is fun when you get into it. Plus there's drinking and stuff. When there's drinking involved, I'm not good.
This is where we went to go drink.
I'm horrible. I haven't played forever. Oh my gosh, probably at that down in Arvin. Is Arvin even open anymore?
Oh, they
closed it.
It doesn't even exist.
Really? That's where that's the last time I played, probably.
I think Delay came that day with like Delay was. I mean, like Mickey was saying, like actually wooden head clubs.
Yeah, these fools showed up. We were at the Sundale Country Club. Remember that?
Okay. Yeah.
And you guys showed up with those wooden clubs, and they weren't even good looking clubs. They were ugly as hell. Like,
I think you could probably take those to the Antique Roadshow and make some money on that shit.
Mickey checking out my wood, bro. Come on, man.
Some vintage 1920 clubs and stuff.
Watching my balls.
I should do Byron Nelson was a famous golfer back in probably the 30s and 40s. So I ruined those clubs, and they're probably actually were valuable at this point. But yeah,
I can tell you, bro.
Those yours, Oscar?
No, those were
Oscar had some a bright pink bag, like he'd borrowed them from somewhere, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? But
no, I think I had some Spaldings or something.
We won that day. No, I don't know if we won or not, but
there's some legit dudes. There were some guys that really won that wanted to play. We were like,
let's have some fun.
Yeah,
let's drive the car.
What was this? What was that Sunday? I don't remember that.
Sunday.
They were raising money or something. I don't know how we ended up there, but we ended up there.
It was we got invited for some reason. Mondo was really good.
Mondo was there. I think Mondo got us to go.
Yeah, Mondo was good.
We got to get him on the podcast. He was our security for all the clubs and stuff.
Oh, really? Man, you want to hear some stories?
I talked to him earlier. Like, was it last week?
He was a Mickey security, and then Delay had Mr. Bunny security. And
Mr. Bunny. I saw him somewhere recently too, Mr. Bunny.
Oh, Bunny?
Yeah, I saw him. He's over at KBDS Play. Well, it's called the Forge now, right? I think he's over there. I think he sells for him actually at DJ's. Mr. Bunny. You remember him, huh, Fresh? You remember Bunny?
Mr. Bunny? He was on the Spanish side, right? Or
Yeah.
did he do? He was a mixer too, right? Yeah.
I think. Yeah. He DJ'd too.
Yeah. He's actually not a bad DJ. Some of his mixes were decent.
He was good.
knew all the
He's
Spanish
still
stuff.
good, I think.
Yeah, it was dope, dude. It was
All
really
right,
good.
Adlai, you want to read some news to us?
Yeah, you guys down for some news we can comment on?
Let's find out what's
Go
up.
for it, dude.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna pick because we got 3 guests. Unless you guys want to vote on what to go first.
All right.
I'll read a couple 3 headlines. Nick Cannon struggles to remember all of his 12 children's names.
Oh my gosh.
Ice Cube trolled by his son over "It Was a Good Day" reference. And this is just weird. Fake kidnappers simulate teen's voice through AI and use it to demand a ransom from her mom. So Nick Cannon, Ice Cube, fake kidnappers.
Wow.
How about we let Fresh? You want to pick?
I mean, let's do Ice Cube. Today is a good day. Didn't they find out the exact date of when what day he made it for that song or something like that? Or
I don't know. Oh, that's interesting.
Man, my phone died, or else I'd look. Yeah, because they traced everything. They're like, okay, the Lakers beat the Supersonics. So what day could have that been? And like everything they said, they matched up to one day. I can't remember what day it was though.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this story is about him getting trolled by his son. So his son trolled Ice Cube after the lyrics on his classic hit "It Was a Good Day," and the internet was talking about it. So the moment went down. Actually today, as a matter of fact, eager fan asked the Cocaine Bear actor, that's the son, to tell the Twitterverse something interesting about his father. So the son replied, he once kept up with his statistics during a random pickup game with his friends, and he won't stop telling people about it. The response was a dig at Ice Cube for the lyrics. Called up the homies and I'm asking y'all, which park y'all playing basketball? Get me on the court and I'm trouble. Last week, effed around and got a triple-double. So Jackson's Twitter followers understood the reference immediately, and one person commented, yeah, this is good. Must have been a pleasant day overall. I take it, wrote another. While a third man said, I mean, when you F around and get a triple-double, I'd say it was a good day. It was a good day back from 1993.
January 20th, 1992 was the day tracked as
There you go.
A good day.
Really?
Yeah, January 20th, 1992.
Okay, so he actually played a pickup game that day, or I mean, how deep they're going into the lyrics with that.
It's on Rock the Bells. Let's see.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It says put it all together, and what you'll find is on January 20th, 1992 is the only day where Yo MTV Raps was on the air. It was clear and a smogless day. Beepers were commercially sold. The Lakers had just beaten the Supersonic. Ice Cube had no events to attend to. Conclusion, it must have been January 20th, 1992.
January 20th should be
January 20th of 1992.
Isn't that the year of the riots? Was it 92 or 93? The riot?
That was April 29th, 1992.
92? Oh.
Yeah, that was 92.
Wow. Everybody was up on top of the roof with a rifle with the other Korean.
In Koreatown.
Yeah, the Koreans.
No, true story. I was working at the record store with Korean owners. Yeah, that is
really
true.
Ninja Stars. Ninja Stars and Nunchucks.
We're ready. Del Amo by the Del Amo Mall down the street from there.
Here's another true story. At that time, I was working at a funeral home, and somebody from Arvin died at the riots. And I remember I got real for Arvin because somebody from Arvin died at the riots. I don't know if that person was on the way or got caught in there somewhere, but I remember they send us a body of somebody who passed away that was stuck in all that.
I was working at a pizza shop the night that they said the cops were innocent, and every shop in our area was closed down because we're in LA County, man. Everybody was shut down. But my boss was so cheap that he stayed open, and he asked me if I owned a gun. He's like, hey man, you own a gun? Can you bring it out? I'm like, dude, I'm delivering pizzas, man. It's not that serious, man.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I think we were going back, we were in school. I think it was junior high or something. And that's where I was at.
Oscar always lies about his age. What about you, Mickey? Do you remember the day that you start seeing it on television and stuff? Do you remember what you're doing?
Yeah, I remember. Like I said, It was everywhere. I probably was playing basketball at a park in Arvin. And I remember when that happened. I'm connecting my charger here because my phone's about to die. My laptop. Let me connect it real quick.
You have a laptop,
Nice.
bro?
Fresh, were you born in 92?
Me?
Yeah.
I was born in 85, bro. Come on.
Oh, so you're okay. So
You're
you're
such an old
7 years old. Okay.
But yeah, I
okay.
remember that. I remember that when that happened, man. It was like everywhere. It was everywhere.
On TV all over the place.
But for me, it was like something that you were watching on TV, but I don't know any of these people. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, talking about what was going on in that part of LA was foreign to Arvin. You know what I mean? It didn't get real till that dude died, and they told us he passed away there. And the next, we had the body at Arvin at the funeral home there.
I remember all that going down, and then 94, right, was the earthquake, and I just remember like back to back, like it just felt like
Where were you living
world
at?
was
P-Fresh
ending.
in '94? Where were you living at?
I was living in Pacoima.
That's where I was in Arleta in '94. I remember that.
Yeah,
Richie Valens, dude. That's where he's from.
Yeah.
Richie Valens.
The riots. We were in school. In school, we went home and it was all over the news, right?
Yeah.
Because it was all live and
crazy.
stuff. And I think at the time I was 13. So like you're young and you see people looting and taking stuff. You're like, oh man, like this stuff looks exciting.
I need some new
I
sneakers.
was there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty far away from it.
In Orange County, so in West Covina, you couldn't buy gas. Like, so you had to take your lawnmower there because people were making Molotov cocktails. So you had to take your lawnmower if you want to fill up. Did they do that in Orange County too, or was that just LA County?
Nah, Orange. No, it was more up north.
Now,
You could see the smoke from the record store, like because Del Amo's kind of Long Beach area and stuff too. So you could see smoke, and then even my parents had that hardware store in Santa Monica.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah,
you could definitely see that. Yeah. So the family was strapped, ready. But
now, being in Orange County, at any point were you guys like thinking, "Oh, stop! This is gonna come over here"?
I don't think so. Orange County was so different than LA.
Conservative,
Orange County.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Now, how about over there in Pacoima? Did you ever think, okay, this is gonna start over here too?
Pacoima's LA-ish.
That's too far.
Because
it's too far.
Yeah, and plus where we were living, there wasn't a lot of big malls per se. Or
No.
It's not gonna crack there. Nah.
I didn't necessarily think it was going to go to West Covina because West Covina is far enough. It's 13 miles. So I wasn't like, oh, it's coming. But I was like, maybe West Covina is going to have its own thing, bro. And I'm not trying to be a part of that. I don't want to have to carry a gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what
Free sneakers.
No, I didn't want none of that stuff.
No,
no, man.
Quick note about Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I went to his high school. He attended at my high school. Obviously, he's older, but we went to the same high school with Ice Cube.
It's pretty
really
cool.
Just let you guys know.
What high school was that?
Taft High School.
Taft.
And I think Eazy-E went there for a short period of time, too.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's where you got the hustle from. All right, what's our next story,
Yeah,
Albert?
that's great, dude. That's interesting stuff. So, you guys want to go? Nick Cannon struggles to remember all of his 12 children's names.
He's got like 12 kids, right? Like 6 different baby mamas, something like that.
But yeah, it's crazy. So, Nick Cannon's fathered nearly a dozen children in the last decade, which is insane. But he struggles to recall all 12 of his children's names, and he talks about it in a recent interview. Actually, it was on Howard Stern, apparently. So, however, in light of such a large brood, Nick Cannon seemed to struggle to keep track of all their names, which include Moroccan, Monroe, Golden, Powerful Queen, Zion, Zillin, Zen, Legendary, Onyx, Rise, Beautiful, and Halo.
What kind of names are these?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
bro.
There's not like a Tom or a Fred, none of that.
Wow.
Okay, what did George Foreman do? He just named all his kids George, right?
Yeah, it's true.
That's what he probably should have done. Dude, hey, what's your name? My name's Legendary.
Legendary Cannon. That sounds like a gun, like a firearm.
My name's Golden.
I think that also in that same interview, they asked him if he would consider having any more, and then they asked him if what's her name? That girl that sings. What's her name? The white girl.
No,
Is it
Taylor
Mariah
Swift.
Carey?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
They asked him if it was Taylor Swift was available now that she broke up, would he do it? And he said he would. That
Yeah, he said
You have a
absolutely.
kid with Taylor Swift?
yeah, he said he would.
Oh my gosh.
He'd go for
Oscar,
number 13.
how many kids do you have, Oscar? I know I tease about it, but how many you got?
4.
4? That's a
4,
big
yeah.
family still.
I mean,
Yeah,
you don't forget their names, but you call them the other's name. You know,
The
when you
wrong
get-
name,
you know,
yeah.
You call
Yeah, I
them the
only
wrong
got 2
name.
when I do that.
Mike, you got what? 2, 3?
I only got 2, and I do what Oscar does. I'll call him the wrong name sometimes. And I have a boy and a
Yeah.
girl. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, I have a boy and a girl. My boy has a very Jewish name. My girl has a very Japanese name. I still mess up their names.
Yeah.
Especially when you're mad, right? When you're like,
Oh yeah,
messing
yeah,
up the names.
definitely.
Yeah, when you're
Yeah, and I
mad,
start
yeah.
cursing. Like, oh man, I'm not supposed to be cursing.
Do you ever like
kid.
get mad at you say the wrong one, but with the pissed offness, and then the one, Dad, it wasn't me, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had an employee that I would call my son's name sometimes because he would be like a kid, like it would be weird. It was strange, but it'd be like, "Hey, son, wait, you were."
But this dude's kids' names are all weird. That's the problem. I'm being
Yeah.
honest with
Yeah.
you.
Remember them.
You don't forget that.
He made them like a homework assignment. Like, damn, who's gonna remember that? You know, you got to study for that one. You know.
My name is beautiful. My name is Rise.
Yeah,
What's
you're
your
gonna
name,
have 12
beautiful?
kids.
Beautiful, powerful queen. Is the whole name.
That's a name.
Powerful
That's somebody's
queen.
name.
Powerful queen.
That's a sentence, man.
It sounds like he was high when he was making these names, doesn't it? Like, it's just like, what would be a fun name for a kid?
And what
that they
do
gotta
the
live
moms
with?
say? Like, what do the
Yeah,
moms
what's
say?
mom
Like,
and all
yeah, oh
this?
yeah.
Keep the
Yeah.
child support payments coming.
Yeah, pretty much.
Name 'em whatever you want. Yeah, keep working. America's Got Talent. Let's go.
What do you think he pays in child support?
Oh gosh.
Jeez.
Woo.
100,000 a month.
Enough. I might have one of
least.
his babies.
How many kids?
20 grand a month.
How many kids is he
12
got?
How much?
Whoa.
12 kids. I don't know if it says
Easily
that. I wonder-
100,000.
I got it. I'm googling it. You guys guess numbers. I'm gonna Google
Easily,
it right
easily 100,000. Because think about it, between
100,000.
12,
A month.
A month?
now. How much? Is
between
that what you're saying?
12.
Well,
Yeah,
don't you
'cause,
also gotta
dude,
base
think
it
about
on
it.
what you make too. So I mean, he makes money, but I don't think he's that much. You know.
I'm editing a video that Adley and I did that was the beef against Nick Cannon and Eminem, and he was worth $35 million when we did that beef. So like he's worth at least $35 million.
You guys pick a number, and we'll do annual child support, and you guys pick a number.
Oscar says
Annual?
120.
1.2 million.
120,000. 1.2 million a year. All right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
100,000 a month. Yeah.
I got you.
Anybody want to guess? Mickey?
Wait, Mick, what do you
Fresh?
got?
Let me see. I would say minimum he's paying $3,000 on each kid a month.
No
Minimum.
way, bro. I know somebody
A
in
month.
Vegas
Hold on,
who
hold
thinks
on.
20 grand a
3
month.
times 12, right? 12 kids. 36. God, he's paying about $500K a month, a year.
500K?
Fresh, what do
Nah.
you think?
I'm gonna go 250.
250?
250,000? Bro, he
Yeah.
would get clowned if he
A
was
year,
paying
a year,
250,000.
right?
Yeah.
Now,
Everybody
P.
else,
Fresh.
200.
Hold on,
P-Fresh.
I get to go.
Oh,
Hold on.
you got to guess. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I get
Go
to
ahead.
go. I'm gonna go 2.5. 2.5 million.
2.5
Wow.
mil.
Yeah, probably.
P. Fresh would be correct if that was per month. He pays $250K a month, so $3
Yeah.
million
month?
a year.
That was the closest.
Wow.
I said
$3
2.5.
million a
closest
year
one.
in child support.
Yeah.
Woo!
Because I thought about yours, Oscar, and I was like, that's really expensive. But then I started breaking it down. I'm like, you had 10 or 12 kids.
Whoa.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
now that's not really that lavish anymore. And that's a lot of
No.
money. But for 12 kids, that's not very lavish. That's paying each baby mama $100,000 a year.
Yeah, so that's each kid gets about just over 20 grand
A
a
month.
month. Each kid
Jesus.
gets over 20 grand
That's
a
a
month.
hell of a living right
So
there.
he don't make that.
$20 a month.
Dude,
So he's
50
got to make 10
So,
million a year
so
then,
would he
right?
still pay that if he had 2 kids? Would he still pay the 250 a month to just 2
20
kids, or
20
did they
per
get the
kid.
250 spread it? You get what I'm saying?
Oh no, yeah, that's shared. That's 250 total a month.
Yeah, that's
So
going
divided
around
by
the
12
world
kids.
with all those
Yeah.
African
But if
mamas.
he had 2 kids, would then those 2 kids be getting the 250?
So they
No,
double up
they'd
and
be
get 40 though.
No, they'd get 20. But Oscar, dude, did
Yeah.
you know 50 Cent's son? He still gets 20 grand a month, and he was complaining that it's not enough. And the
Oh,
kid's
yeah.
like 23.
He's
Yeah.
grown,
Oh, my
yeah.
goodness.
He's good.
Wow.
How the hell is that not enough?
Dude, yeah, he was complaining about just being like, hey, man, Dad, 50 cents. I'm in New York, bro. I can't live off 20 grand a month. That's not enough money to live in New York. That's barely livable.
What?
It's offensive.
But
to
why
hear.
does he still get money? He's 23. His dad just hooks him up or
It's
what?
just the deal they had or something, I guess. Huh.
Here's the deal I got for you. Go earn your own money.
Yes, go
Yeah.
work.
Live in Milwaukee. Don't live in New York City. Go live in Arvin.
Yeah.
And and freaking go work in the fields. That'll teach you something.
Yeah, but a lot
Yep.
of these kids, they feel, kids are entitled now. They feel entitled.
You think Nick Cannon's kids are going to be entitled?
Oh, hell yeah.
I absolutely think so. Those kids are screwed, dude. Those kids are screwed.
Getting 20 grand a month. Well, the mom gets the 20 grand a month.
You think the moms are
Being
blowing it on like nice cars and stuff, or what do you think?
The baby's got to get around. You know what I mean? I got to drive the baby to daycare. We can't be going to Celica. They make those anymore? Corolla. We can't go in a Corolla. We got to go in something decent. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're spending money.
What's your take,
Yeah, but
P-Fresh?
if they
You're
get
not
20
divorced.
grand,
Oh, go ahead, Oscar.
20 grand, it go by quick though. If you got
A
those
month?
kids and their lifestyle,
A month?
yeah, bro. Yeah, but you're talking if they live in LA, bro. Right?
Yeah, but you gotta live with
What
it.
five grand? $5 grand. There's that. Then they probably have a
nice ride,
a G-Wagon. That's another couple grand.
Bro, you better live in Nevada, and you better be driving
Oh,
a Camry.
Nah. They probably still broke, dude. I mean, they're living fine, but they're spending a lot of it. They're probably not saving. Or
You better
investing
move
in
to Bakersfield.
Yeah. Oil or some shit like
P-Fresh,
that.
could you live off 20 grand a month?
Hell yeah.
P-Fresh makes 20 grand a year. What are you talking about, dude? Fresh. Now, what's your take on this, dude? Do you think these baby mamas are taking advantage of Nick and spending that money, or what?
Absolutely. Heck yeah. They're living the life.
You don't think that none of them kids are seeing none of that money?
I mean, that's a good question. Mom's getting their hair did, the nails did, all that good stuff, and then everything that's left over goes to the kid, right?
What do you think about Oscar?
Well, if he's not taking care of him, he's got to pay, right? Like if he doesn't want to pay, then
You have to pay
50-50
it,
custody or something, right? Like, I don't think he really cares, does he? I never.
Oh, cutting a
I don't know his
$250,000
lifestyle.
check a month, I would care. That would, no matter how much I can make $50
Yeah, you
billion
broke, bro.
I'd still be like, man,
That's a lot of money.
cutting that check, man.
But is that like
money.
a tax write-off for him? I mean, shit, I don't know. I don't know
That's
how
from
it works,
experience.
no?
You cannot write off child
I
support.
like how you said I have
I
experience.
tried.
Oh, you tried?
You can't. It's part of the business. But here's
And hold on, and it's also post-tax money too. It's not
yeah,
like they
true.
don't take it
Not
out of your check.
pre-tax.
I don't know why they don't do it pre-tax, but they're like, nope, you're paying the full price.
You're paying the government and mom.
Oh, it's after taxes.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. Like dude, don't get divorced, baby. I'll tell you that right now, dude.
Yeah. Now here's my thing too. If I was one of Nick Cannon's kids, I'd just be like, look, man, I better get 20 grand a month. You name me Golden. Do you know what the kids call me at school?
Shower.
Dad, I better get 20 grand a month. This name is horrible. Golden Shower. Are you kidding me? Ugh, dude. How many other people get clowned? Zen. My name's Zen.
Dude, every one of his kids will get clowned, except they're probably going to some school with 37 genders where some kid can think he's a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. A kid in the corner licking his paws.
Yeah.
I'm a cat.
That's what you're going to have to teach in a couple years, Mickey.
And they're probably in private school too, right? I would imagine.
They gotta be.
You know,
They gotta
so that 20 grand, that's another, I don't know, what's private school like?
That's not
grand?
enough for that lifestyle. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So sorry, Nick Cannon, you should be paying more money, man.
You
ain't
think
paying
so?
enough.
Are you kidding me? That's
with inflation and everything, bro. Come on.
Well, then move out. Go somewhere where you can live. I mean, you don't have to live in Beverly Hills.
But then I feel bad for Nick if he loses one of his gigs, right? Like if he loses one of his gigs.
Yeah, you better keep working, man. You don't want to lose your job.
Right?
You don't want them coming after you.
Nick Cannon always looks tired now too. You notice that? He always
He's
looks
aged a
tired.
lot. He looks like he's all worn out.
I went to say he's kid walking petri dish. Ooh. Yeah, Nick Cannon, 12 kids. Yeah.
I can't figure it out. So do you
Either
think
that, bro, or he has to get like a better divorce attorney
Lawyer?
or something, you know? Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, bro, you can't go out like that. I'm telling you. I remember in the 90s, if it came out that Busta Rhymes was paying his baby mama only $27,000 a year. And everybody started clowning, dude. Everybody started clowning. Like you can't go out like that. You got to give the money up.
Because doesn't Kanye West pay like, I don't know, 40, 50 grand too or something like that a year?
I bet 4
But
kids. But
it also depends.
she
how much
makes
you're
money
putting
though
in.
too. Kim
Let's
Kardashian
say
makes money.
Busta Rhymes or who'd you say Busta?
Busta, yeah, Busta Rhymes.
Now, would a artist who makes less money get charged less for having 12 kids?
It depends on how much you make.
Right?
To that I
like your
answer,
income, bro.
No. To that I answer, the old dirty bastard. You guys remember that dude?
Oh yeah.
That dude had 12 kids,
yeah.
bro. He won't pay no $1 million, whatever. He won't pay.
No.
Yeah,
Remember
that's
him?
true.
Yeah.
Remember
That dude-
he
like
he
that
took
dude
the
said, you had
limousine
to
to the
pay it up or
welfare.
pay up.
I don't know, bro. But a lot of people don't like paying their child support too. There's a lot of deadbeat crooks out there not paying that child support.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just pay it.
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't want to pay that kind of money though. Oh my
But
gosh,
that's a lot, man.
that's an insane salary every month. That's a yearly salary for.
And you
for-
know the whole 20 grand's not going to the kid. You don't think that mamas are taking some of that? You know what I mean?
That's what P-Fresh was saying. He said they're going to get their hair done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if they pay
Yeah,
it
but
like
I mean,
a-
it was
you have to have receipts that it all got spent on the child. Cool. You have to verify that those funds are going to the kid.
I don't think you have. Well, I don't think.
No,
I don't
it'd be
think
good if they did that.
if they did.
Is that how it goes?
But if
Adley?
he's paying that amount, he's gonna be good. You know, as long as he makes
Because
his payments,
yeah, I
fine.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's living fat if he can afford that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, last time we did a story on the guy, he was worth $32 million. So that's a lot of
that's what I'm
money.
saying.
But I'm dude, here's the thing: $200,000 a month, though, bro. I don't care how much money I have. Like, I'm with Mickey. I want to see receipts.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see receipts.
I wanna
Where
see
is this money
receipts.
going? I'm not trying to pay for your hairdo and your nails. And, you know, I don't mind you for the rent. Okay. My kid has, okay, that can be verified that it's go to, you know, do you need a
Food,
mansion with 20 rooms?
transportation.
Yeah. Transportation.
See, that's why,
Ferrari,
you know,
are you gonna put my kid in a Ferrari? No, he needs a van or whatever.
I mean, what I would do if I was in his situation, I'd just tell all the baby mamas, we're just gonna live in one house, right? That way, listen, it's cheaper. We got one power bill, one water bill, right? I could
Got a
probably
pool
give
in
you
the backyard for all the kids.
more than $250 a month, right? All the brothers, the stepbrothers, they're all gonna get along.
Wait, they're
A
gonna
lot
pay
better.
They're gonna pay $250 a month to live in this place?
No.
Is that what?
No.
They're living
What
in
I'm saying,
Oildale?
they're gonna bond. All the brothers are gonna bond a lot better than the way they're doing now, right? I'm sure they could find a house with a big dining room where they can all eat at the same time. You know,
Damn. That sounds
that's what I would
that sounds
do.
like that sounds like an
program,
encampment.
man.
Oh man.
It sounds like an encampment, dude.
Sounds like
yeah.
Utah.
It's for the better. It's for the better of the kids, bro. It's for the better of the kids. The kids are gonna know their brothers. They're
Got
gonna get
someone to
along.
play with, hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
you know,
unfortunately, we only have one bedroom for all the ladies and me. But
No.
you
They
know,
take turns. Like it's like, you know, every other day or
Oh my
something.
gosh,
You
dude.
can have like Saturday off.
They're gonna-
Polygamy.
they're gonna have-
That's
you
what
know?
that's called.
We're gonna have spotlights outside the house and freaking.
no, dude, this is all weird. Look, I'm with Mickey. We need a rational thought here. We need receipts. All I want to see are receipts. That's it. I remember
All that
Adley
money
told
has
me.
to go to the child. All expenses have to have receipt documented, and every penny has to be accounted for that it's for the child. You're
That's
not in any responsibility to take care of the mom anymore. She's not with you.
That's right.
And she's an adult. She needs to worry about that herself. Now, if you guys agree that she's a stay-home mom, okay. All right, then maybe a little fee for her to stay home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm with you, bro. If you're a stay-at-home mom, that means you just get to chill out at home, but you're not taking all the money. That's going toward the kid.
Yes.
I remember, listen, once again, getting back to what I'm saying. One time Adelaide said, I want to see the receipts. And all he got was a bunch of Panda Express receipts. I said, what kind of receipts are these, man?
Imagine how much the lawyers are making. They're making
that's
still gotta do like
scam
visitations
right there,
and all that
man.
stuff. I would imagine, right? That's like the biggest scam right there, bro.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, though, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first got out of college, like, so my major was legal studies. I thought I was gonna go to law school. So when I first got out of college, I got this job at a law firm. It was a divorce law firm. I was there for a week, and dude, you start feeling weak in that place. Like you don't want to be there. It just like it's where dreams die. It's just a horrible, like you're just watching everybody freaking to not be happy. It's horrible.
Yeah, dude. Nobody leaves divorce court happy, man. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Don't avoid it if you can. Don't go through it if you can.
Well, sometimes you get like that one story that they were showing on Facebook where that one lady wanted more money, and then the judge said no, and then the said you can work. Yeah, but I don't want to work. I live with my mom. I have to pay. And then finally the judge says, nope, you're gonna get less money.
Is that true?
I don't know if you saw that one.
Oh yeah. There's it can go both ways. I mean, because you got to prove, you got to show like how much money you make, how much you got in the bank, and both husband and wife, both parents.
Hey, look what
have to
Panama
show that
says. He says that Nick Cannon also gets money from Mariah Carey. Is that true?
Yeah. I don't know. Adelaide's looking it up right now.
I think I heard that before. Yeah, I think what's his name's right.
Panama.
Yeah, I think he's right. I mean, she's loaded too, bro.
Now they don't. Do they have kids together? Mariah Carey doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
No, but
I think they have 3 kids together.
So there's a clue that he's not paying for child support, correct?
I don't know, dude, but do you guys remember when Britney Spears and Kevin Federline got divorced and she paid him spousal support?
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And he just got fat and just watched their kids. But then it turns out that she's nuts. You know what I mean? It turns out Britney Spears is like there's something wrong with her brain. It's like, well, of course they don't want you around them kids, man.
Whoa.
And Kevin Federline was from Fresno, right? He's originally from Clovis, correct?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Outside of Fresno, yep.
Yeah, he's from Clovis.
Whoa.
He hit the lottery, dude.
Huh. Yeah, the only thing I'm finding out, this from TMZ, is that Nick Cannon has to put $5,000 a month into a trust for the kids. Mariah doesn't put anything into the trust. That's not a lot of money for them. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about, okay. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Here's the next thing. If you're going to have that many kids, you got to name them after family members or books of the Bible.
Yeah. So you
What's
don't
up,
forget.
Man, I just saw you. Yeah, exactly. You can't have 12 children that you just name Butterfly and Fingernail, and then like, because it's like a dummy, right? It's like an idiot that like you know what I mean? Like oh, I'm just gonna come up with this. It's like naming dogs. Like you can name your dog whatever you want because it's your dog and it's fun to be silly. But this person has to go to school and stuff, dude. Don't call him Aloysius or whatever idiotic name this idiot's coming up with. Name them.
Nick Cannon having 12 kids is cool, right? He can afford them. He can pay for them. What gets on my nerves is when you have kids and you can't afford them.
Oh, man.
Oh, that irritates the hell out of me. Like I said, if you want to have 20, 12, like Nick Cannon, $1 million, as long as you can afford them, fine. But when you start having kids and you can't
but he's affording them because he's paid them $250 a month. I mean, shit.
Yeah, he can afford them. That's fine. He can afford them. But
and after
nerves when you start having 100 kids and they can't afford them, and then they say, "But I want a kid." Yeah, but you can't afford it. But I want one. You can't afford a damn kid, man.
Yeah, don't you think Nick Cannon after having like 5 or 6 is like maybe I should stop, or thinking like wrap it up, or these girls are like, hey, he's still got some money left.
Yeah,
let me have a kid because some of these kids, there was kids that were born like months apart.
Well, maybe the girl said like, "No, I'm good. I'm the pill or whatever," and she got pregnant. I don't know.
Or maybe
Oscar, you know some shady girls.
Maybe these girls saw it as an opportunity where they don't have to work anymore. You know,
it's like Nick. Wait, Nick, you're famous? No, I've never heard of you. Let's do it,
dude. Drake put hot sauce in his condom, and then he tied it off, threw it in the trash, and then this girl tried to put it in her cuckoo, and she starts screaming. Yeah, we read that news story.
Yeah, that story. Yeah,
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a true story,
yeah.
man. Isn't that a horrible that a girl would be that grimy that she would reach inside?
Go into the trash.
Yeah, reach in the trash and grab a condom like this.
And those guys can't even leave a condom around. They have to take everything with them, right?
That is so weird.
Wow,
man.
that's crazy. I didn't think of that.
You can't even leave a condom around anymore because they'll take it and get pregnant. You never know.
I wouldn't want to be famous at this stage. Would you guys? Or like rich?
We have to use a condom and then bring it with you.
Well, here's the next thing with this Nick Cannon thing where you guys are like, he had kids within a month of each other. I saw the ladies that were talking to Nick Cannon after Mariah Carey left him.
Yeah.
They looked like they weren't even from this planet. They were so attractive. They look like they look
Yeah.
like the
They're
first
like
time-
models. Yeah.
beyond models. Like remember when you were a kid and you saw Cindy Crawford? These
Yeah.
girls made her look ugly. Like, so what's Nick Cannon gonna do? You know what I mean?
Try to have some self-control, but
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry.
But
Sorry,
wrap
Nick.
it up. At least
tried my
try to wrap
hardest.
it up. I don't know, man.
Try to
He
stick
had
up
a lot
for
of
you, Nick.
he had a lot of family parties and a lot of drinks, according to D-Lane. But yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Do you think
cousins.
every girl, as they progress from 1 to baby mama 1 to baby mama 12, is like, okay, this is love. I know he's had 8 relationships and has had 8 kids before me, but I'm gonna be the one. We're gonna settle down. When he says he
Nah,
loves
they know,
me,
bro.
I know he means it. Or they like, what's going through their head,
Nah,
Oscar?
they know. They know
like-
like what they're doing. They know what's up. Yeah.
They don't think
They don't.
but they know that they love him. They're like, oh, Nick loves me. I love him. Even though he's had 8 previous, kids with
give me-
7 different moms, I'm gonna be the one. We're gonna build this relationship.
Nah, bro.
But then does
Wait.
But then
Oscar's
does-
saying they have an agenda.
I do.
But-
I do.
But then does Nick have time for the baby mamas, right? Because he's got a radio career. He's got a
He
You
probably
know,
has time to
what
put it down. That's about it. You know what I mean? Like ding dong. You know what I'm here for. So let's just get to it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Fresh, he doesn't have time because he's got 11 other baby mamas. How do you have time?
Yeah.
That's why I was telling you is you have them all live in one house.
Yeah, right.
All right,
He doesn't have to go to 12 different houses. It's just all in one house, bro.
Now, if he's having a relationship with each one of these women, right? Like, let's say they're really his wives, right? Because he wears that Swami hat all the time, dude.
That's
So,
the
like,
secret. You gotta wear the Swami hat.
maybe that's what
Turban,
he's
that's
trying to
the
tell
turban.
us. You know what I mean? Maybe he's trying to tell us with that Swami hat, like, look, I believe in polygamy in the Muslim way. So you can say whatever you want, but this is what I believe in. But we're just not listening to him. Like, oh man, this guy, he's a Lothario. Look at him. One girl after the next. Maybe these are all his wives, but he can't call them that because we're in America. It's illegal.
Wow.
yeah. He just blew my mind.
Well,
Interesting.
if that's true. If they're all his wives, he's the man because they're all gorgeous. They're very beautiful women.
Hey,
Okay.
Are they?
Go ahead, Ed.
Here's the number. What's the over under on Nick Cannon's final count of kids? If I were to say 17, would you guys think it'll be less than that or more than that? And he's at 12 now.
How old is he?
He's I don't know. I could look it up though, but he's
40
probably
or something?
40. Yeah.
Bro, he might have illegitimate kids too. You can't gotta
Yeah,
remember
he is.
that.
That's true too, huh?
LL Cool J's son just popped up on
42.
TikTok, dude. You guys
He's
see that guy?
42. LL Cool J.
Yeah, LL Cool J's illegitimate son just popped up on TikTok, and he looks spitting image to LL Cool J too. It's like, oh no, man, that's
Wow.
your kid, bro.
Woo. Nick Cannon 42. He could have 5 more kids.
Yeah, he
I
could
can
have
see him having
another-
two more, maybe.
2
Is
more?
it-
You're saying under 17? Fresh, you saying
Yeah.
more than 17 or less than 17 kids?
No, less.
He's at 12 now and he's 42.
I'll say less.
More.
Stop and
Imagine all the women that are mad at him now. Like, you know,
Why are they mad at him?
They might not be. They
He's
got a
paying
beautiful
them
child.
that, bro. I don't think they're mad at
good
him. I
pay.
think they're probably happy with them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they're getting 20 grand a month from Nick, and they've got a beautiful child with them. You know,
That's
Oscar called
that's
one of
good
those
money.
1-900 numbers.
Yeah,
He's playing
he
in the
does
back.
that right now.
No,
Or maybe
I
somebody's
need to check
knocking
my
at the door
tab.
looking for some money and he's hiding.
That's probably it.
You know what I mean?
He comes back on with a disguise.
I guess with Nick, I think it would be how much he could afford per month. If he could swing another 50 grand a month, he'd probably have another couple kids.
Look, he looks like he's on witness protection. Boom, boom, boom. When he's talking.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. There's an unhappy solar customer right now at the door. He turned the lights off so nobody would see him.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Look. That's a different room. That's a different hotel.
Gotta move locations.
Yeah,
They were getting close.
That's a hotel for Union right there.
How do you know? How do you know I live?
Look at the fake tree in the back.
That's real, bro. It's real.
Oh, dude, we used to live in Tucson, I worked at this place called Converges, and there was this Indian dude that I used to kick it with. And the one night I was like, "Hey, dude, let me scoop you up at your crib. We'll hang out." It was like Saturday night. He's like, "Okay." He lived in a hotel, bro. His family they ran the hotel, but it's like one of them scummy hotels where like all the prostitutes and stuff go. And he lived in the hotel. Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me when I saw Oscar. I was like, that's what Oscar's doing now. He bought a hotel.
Well, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to live in a nice hotel, dude. Like you don't have to clean.
Bro,
you don't have to do your bed.
It wasn't a nice hotel.
Oh,
it was
okay, yeah.
It was a crackhead hotel.
No, that was not cool. That's not cool.
Oh man.
It was
All
over
right,
off
guys.
that Adley, remember that place, that peep show place in Tucson where you paid the quarter and the thing slid up
Oh, the
like
screen
this?
would slide up.
Yeah. It was across the street from there. It was that neighborhood.
Yes, dude. That's like Union for Bakersfield to be like a Union hotel. Yeah.
All right, what's the last story, dude?
Last story, guys. All right, here we go. All right, so fake kidnappers simulate teen's voice through AI and use it to demand a ransom from mom. This an Arizona mother panicked after she received a phone call from a man claiming to have kidnapped her teenage daughter, but the phone call turned out to be an AI-generated hoax. Now, this is Jennifer DeStefano. She's from Scottsdale, Arizona. She claims she was at a dance studio with one daughter when she received a phone call about her other 15-year-old daughter named Bree. The call came from an unknown number, so DeStefano almost let it go to voicemail, but she answered at the last second because Bree was out of town on a ski trip, and she worried that something might have happened. When she answered the call, she heard Bree's voice repeating her name. Bree was sobbing and sounded terrified. "Mom, I messed up," Bree's voice said through tears. Then an unknown man's voice came on the phone, and he said, "They've taken Bree hostage," and he threatened to drug her, do bad stuff to her, drop her off in Mexico if they didn't pay up $1 million in ransom to get her daughter back. So, obviously she's freaking out, but there was other moms at the dance studio. They went to help her out. They're calling the police and the husband, but thankfully they were quickly able to determine that Bree actually was safe on her ski trip, oblivious to the kidnapping hoax that was perpetrated on her mom.
So, I mean, I believe that. Have you guys seen the new AI nowadays? It looks legit.
Insane. I've watched my son and I watched the presidents playing video games. I don't know if you guys seen that, where it's Obama.
And they're talking back.
Yeah, but it's
like it was a video. It was a video recording or a audio.
No, audio.
Just the audio only. So it was
They
the
do
fake
that.
daughter's voice.
So did they catch the
Well,
guys
they
that
do
did
that.
It doesn't say anything about them getting caught.
They do that all the time when you go to Mexico, and it's happened to us before. Like they call and say, "Hey, your son's been kidnapped, or your mom, or whatever."
It's happened to my mom recently too. They call like, "Oh, grandma," like, and
wait, in Mexico. So they're saying that people in Mexico are getting kidnapped, like your family.
No. Like say my mom will go to Mexico, and then you'll get a phone call. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to friends and cousins. Like their parents are over there, family members are over there. And they'll get a phone call. "Hey, we have so and so. You need to send this money," and it's not true a lot of times.
I'll be like, "I have a certain set of skills. I don't have money, but I have a certain set of skills, fool." You just
Another scam that they're doing. I had a buddy. I guess it was on Facebook or something. He was talking to some girls or something, and then some guy started sending him a text asking him like, "Why are you messing with my girl? I'm gonna tell your other girl." He has a girl, right? My other guy, my friend. So they tell him, "Hey, I'm not. If you send me money, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell your wife." Kind of.
So how much money did you send him, Oscar?
No, it wasn't me. He
I was gonna
sent
say,
him like he sent him like $200-300. Like, what did they send me, bro? He's like, they sent me a video and they had guns. Oh, like, you fool, dude. Like, you should just fucking hang up on them. Because they were sending them text messages. Like, why you
The
messing with my
Mexico
girlfriend
thing
type
though
of thing.
is scary, dude.
it's
If
creepy
you're
enough.
if your mom's in Mexico and they say that they kidnapped, that freaked me out.
Yeah, and they had your mom's voice. You
Yeah,
can't tell
imagine.
it's like, this sounds just like her. Well,
But then, like, yeah,
as a
Then what?
as a
Then you give up the money and then what, they kidnap
they
your
do it
brother?
again next week.
Yeah. It's like, no.
Oscar's
I'll
plotting.
be like, Mom, what's the safe word, Mom? What's the safe word?
Ooh,
That's
that's
what I
a
was
good
gonna
one.
say.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, as a
Or
Chino
just
Brothers
don't answer
pub.
the phones from
Yeah.
unknown phone numbers. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the
I've
Chino
had
Brothers public service announcement, so this doesn't happen to you guys.
My mom
Ask-
had a phone call one time. Had a Tijuana somewhere, something like that. A guy claiming to be a cousin of ours. My mom was like, "No, I'm your cousin. I'm here, but I only got enough money to get this park, and
Yeah.
And my mom was like, no, and hung up. It wasn't true.
Yeah. If you're my real cousin, you know I ain't giving you no money. So
And my mom was like,
I can-
my mom was like, well, you sound different. No, I'm kind of sick. I was like, no, and she hung up, and yeah, it wasn't true.
that's crazy.
They don't do that for Asian people. Like they don't do that for you guys' family back
I've
home.
never
or
had that.
something?
I never had that issue at all. But
I felt like I've had people hit you up on like at least like
They
like
do that to a lot of
instant message
elder
stuff
people.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They try to take advantage of a lot of elder people, like people that are 80.
No, or they'll do or they'll do too, like, hey, this is PG&E, the electrical company. You didn't pay your bill right now because or else we're have somebody that's on the way to disconnect your power. How do I pay? You got to go to CVS and do like Western Union, bro. People will send like $300 or whatever.
Wow.
There's this channel on YouTube I watch where this guy disguises his voice. He sounds like an old lady, and he just talks to him for hours and screws with them and screws with them and screws with them.
Oh,
Yeah,
hilarious. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, and like he knows how to hack their computer, so it
I
looks
see
like
that
he's
guy,
sending
yeah.
the money. Yeah, he's so funny, man. It's hilarious.
Whoa. Dude, my mom, it happened to my mom just on
I can see that
Facebook or
happening.
something. Yeah. And she's all like, this lady's like, hey, yeah. And then it's something like, oh, my kids are real sick. We got to go to the doctors. My mom actually went down to Western Union to wire like $200 or something. But that Western Union is like, dude, this is a scam. You're not sending this money. Like they saved her from sending it. Because I'm like,
damn.
Mom, stop doing that. Don't do stuff like don't trust nobody. Shoot. Yeah. But hey, if you get 1 out of 10 to bite, you're making
But
some money.
if it's your kid's voice, though, that would freak me out.
Definitely. Yeah. I'd be
Oh,
like,
you would
"Oh,
probably
dude."
want to call them first, right?
Yeah, you want to call them and verify.
Call the kid.
Yeah.
Call the kid.
Call the kid,
Yeah,
right?
Now, if the kid don't answer or they answer the phone, oh shit, that's true,
Or you know where their phone's at because you can watch on
Yeah,
Yeah.
track
Find my
their
phone.
device.
check
Yeah.
the phone and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but these people should definitely go to jail if you catch them, man, because that would just
Yeah.
oh man, that'd drive me nuts. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
But
what would you go to
ISAs
jail
is
for? Not kidnapping? What would you go for?
attempted.
Fraud or what?
Attempted.
Fraud, yeah.
Yeah,
Fraud,
heck
not
yeah.
attempted kidnap. You didn't kidnap anybody.
But you're attempting to.
Yeah, but
Oh,
who's
you're
gonna want to
attempting
tell like
attempting to-
hey, who? If you're a victim, are you gonna tell your
Attempting
friends
to
that you
steal.
got duped?
Yeah, I'd tell the
You're gonna
cops.
be like, I'm not telling anybody.
Oscar
All
was
right.
there when I got
All
Oscar.
right.
You were there when I got robbed. Remember?
All right, hold on a sec. So then I got a scenario for you
Remember
guys. Sorry, my
I
mic
think
cut
at your
out.
house.
I got
Your
a
house or
scenario.
something?
Listen,
Yeah,
I
I
got
remember.
a scenario for you guys. Listen to this, because we ran it around the shop several months for like a year. We ran this question around the shop, so I'm going to ask you 4 right now. Okay, listen to this. What would you rather have happen to you? Okay, here's scenario number 1. Scenario number 1. You go to Thailand. You meet a really nice girl, but you're like, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to take it slow. You date her
I know
for
where
like
this
a
is going.
month. A lot of hand holding, a lot of kissing. Then on the last night, she's like, I got to tell you something. I have a wiener. Okay. But nobody knows, right? Nobody knows anything about Thailand. You get to fly back home. You get to be clean. Everything's cool, right? Okay, so that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, would you rather that, or would you rather your wife was cheating on you and nobody told you and everybody knew she was doing it? What would be worse?
Ooh. That's tough one, bro.
Dude, that ran around the shop for a year, dude. I know the right answer. You guys go ahead and give me your answers, but I know the right answer.
Is this like a trick question?
No, there's just
There's a correct answer.
There's just a logical answer. When I tell it to you, you guys will be like, "Oh yeah, that is the logical answer." But go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, you guys answer. I
don't know.
Dumbass gonna answer first, and I get it wrong or something.
No, there's no right or wrong. It's just I'll be able to explain my side. Although maybe you guys can sway me to your side. So
what's the wait? Say the second part one more time.
You were just holding hands with the guy.
Okay, so the first one is it's a lady boy, but you're kissing like you're high school romancing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like grabbing the butt.
You didn't do anything. Well, yeah, you never could because
you're grabbing the boobies and stuff and everything like that, right? But you're grabbing the butt, you're grabbing the boobies, you're French kissing, you know, holding the hands, all that stuff. Okay.
Oh, French
Nobody
kissing.
knows about it. Nobody knows about it. None of the homies are gonna know about it. You're coming back from Thailand, you ain't gotta tell nobody, okay? All right, that's scenario one. Scenario two, your wife is cheating on you and your best friend knows about it, but he doesn't tell you about it, and then you find out that he knew afterwards. Because the reason why that came up was there was this dude who used to come to the shop, and his best friend's girlfriend or his best friend's wife, they got separated for a little bit, and she moved in with him, and it was his best friend. And every night, dude, she came home with a different dude that was doing the you know what with her every night, and he never told the guy. He kept it to himself. So I was like, would you rather
do anything with her?
No, he didn't do nothing with her, but she did. Like every night, she'd bring home a different dude.
Wow.
And then they got back together. And he's like, I can't tell him. I'm like, just tell him, dude. He's your best friend. He's like, I can't. So I'm like, all right, what would be worse? To be that guy that's happening to, and your best friend's not telling you, right? But eventually he's going to tell you probably. Or the lady boy scenario. What would be worse? Oscar bailed out. He's like, I don't want nothing to do with this crazy one.
That's I don't know. That's awful, dude. If I was the dude getting cheated on all the time, I would definitely be pissed if someone didn't tell me. I would definitely be mad
Imagine
about
how much
that,
of a fool you look. Everybody's laughing at you behind your back, and you're cool, and you know
Now let's go back to option one. I gotta ask.
All right, go ahead.
Once you find out, you stop dating this person anyways, I would think.
Yeah, because you're bailing back to America. Nobody knows you. You're out of town, bro. You were gone. Like nobody knows you. It happened for a month. There was no coitus. There was just high school petting, and you went back to California or wherever you're from.
I don't know. Because there was no
point. I mean, how the hell you busting a slab with somebody and you can't catch a 5 o'clock shave? You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I'm not creating logic from this. All right, I'll tell you where that side of the story came from. So that side of the story came from this. I was watching Thailand videos on how cheap it is to live there, and there was this old man. He had this real beautiful girl, and I'm like, man, look at this old man. He has this beautiful girl, and then everybody at the shop was like, nah, bro, that's a lady boy. And I was like, there's no way that's a lady boy. It looks just like a girl. So then we read the comments, right? We're reading the comments in YouTube, and the first comment said, hey, you have a beautiful wife. Then the next comment was written by an Australian dude. So every time I tell this story, I say it in an Australian accent. The next guy says this, that's not a wife. That's a lady boy, mate. Then the next comment was from the dude that put up the video. And what he said was, it's none of your business what gender my fiance is. I'm like, all right, we already know then, son. We know what's up now, bro. Because if you said that about my wife, I'd be like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So that's how the second scenario came up. Because like we were all arguing, and me and this dude Karan, we thought it was a girl, and it was a nice looking girl. We're screaming, no, that's a girl. It's a girl. Yeah, man, that dude's lucky. Da da da. And then all of a sudden we look like suckers. So I came up with a scenario. All right, no coitus. You didn't fornicate, but you tongue kissed. You did high school petting. That's scenario one. Scenario two, your best friend knows that your wife cheated on you with all these dudes, and he didn't tell you for 2 years, and then you found out. Which is worse?
Yeah.
Two's gotta be worse, man. Did you get back together with this girl after she cheated on you with a bunch of dudes, or not? I guess was it cheating because you were still together, or had you broken up? She messed around with a bunch of dudes, and then you got back together.
Yeah,
That's
and
still
then
it's still kind of like I wouldn't be down with that either way. But then once you've already hooked up and done the deed with getting back together, I guess, is it too late, or does it just like, man, she hooked up with 18 dudes in between?
No, then you break up. You break up with her.
Then you just break up and just move on. Yeah, I don't know. Those are both pretty. Yeah, I think two's worse though.
You think two's worse than one? Huh?
One would be worse if if you'd actually done more than just.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Well, you would have known if you did.
You'll know. That'd be in my head, man. I don't know.
Well, you're all in love, man. She tells
You're in love.
She or he tells me, yeah. I don't know. I guess if nobody knows, like, what's the? You know, I don't fucking know.
All right, come on, man.
Fresh.
You guys have to take a position and defend.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna go with Ladyboy, bro.
Ladyboy.
That's what you. That's the option you'd want to live out.
Yeah.
I kind of. I think I agree.
Yeah, I think I would go Ladyboy. Nobody's gonna know. Only me. The other one, everybody knows. I mean, you can't go back. You can't go back and live there. Everybody's clowning you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how cheap is it in Thailand?
It's pretty.
And
cheap,
that's normal over there. So
it's mad cheap. What about it? What about P-Fresh?
You know what? Sheesh.
That's a hard one, bro.
It is hard. That's why I went around the shop. Dude, that's why I went around the shop for almost a year, dude. Because everybody would like come back like after like 3 or 4 bottles and be like, okay, I changed my answer and here's my reason why. And like I collectively took all the answers and came up with the correct answer.
Now, what if this Ladyboy was endorsed by Bud Light?
Ooh.
You'd be like, man, that's a lot of money.
Bulging summer. You have a bulging summer, right? Isn't that what that lady said? Come on,
P-Fresh. You got to pick.
Yeah.
I you know what? I think I'm going with a divorce.
The divorce?
And,
okay.
Yeah. I'm fading into.
Oh, so you would divorce the lady, or you would still live with her?
No, you could divorce her afterwards. You get to leave.
After you found out she had a bunch of.
You just have the pain of knowing your best friend didn't tell you that she was knocking boots with everybody on the
girlfriend or your wife?
She's your wife.
Oh wow.
How long have you been wifing with her?
No kids.
Oh, no kids.
No kids.
No kids.
Yeah, but you're the laughing stock. Everybody's laughing at you because everybody knows that she was knocking boots with everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I mean, that's when
yeah. Who? I mean,
I'm going with a divorce.
You're going with the divorce?
I'm switching it up. I'm going with P-Fresh. Yeah.
You're going fresh.
You guys are cool with the Ladyboy then?
Yeah.
You two are. Wait, hold on. Who's with the Ladyboy? Raise your hand.
That'd be the less bad.
You're with the Ladyboy. I got you.
Bad,
and Mick.
Yeah, you know what? Because man, nobody's gonna know. Only I know. The other one, everybody's gonna clown you, bro. Like everybody's laughing at you. You know what I mean?
It's sound logic, Mickey. However, you have it backwards. Because here's how it would actually play out. Okay, think this through. And here's how I know. I run a vape shop. So whether you're religious, whether you're political, somebody who you like, you're going to rat yourself out to. As a vape shop owner, I know this because, dude, I had a guy tell me one time that he planted heroin on a guy. And it was like 2 nights before. And he's just telling it to me, dude. People rat themselves out all the time, whether to your priest, to your vape shop owner, to your bartender. So eventually you're going to tell me, hey, Mike, man, I know you don't judge anybody. One time I was in Thailand and yada, 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 yada. Now, here's the rub. I never told nobody I don't judge nobody. And I also didn't tell nobody I don't tell the stories afterwards. You're going to tell me some weird stuff. I'm telling everybody I know that weird stuff because it makes for a good story. So henceforth, you would be Ladyboy Mickey or Ladyboy Adelaide, no matter what, dude. And eventually it'll slip out in somebody's mouth while they were calling you. You know, you'd be like, hey, which Adelaide? Ladyboy Adelaide. Oh, you call me Ladyboy Adelaide? You dig where I'm going? Okay, now, other scenario. Girl cheats on you, right? Because here's the thing. Now, not only were you with the Ladyboy, you ratted yourself out. You go try to find a girl, it's going to be in your mind even if you didn't rat yourself out. What are you going to say? I'm sorry, ma'am. I know we just started dating, but would you mind if I touch your crotch, or can you tell me for sure that you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be on your mind, dude. And if you say that to a girl, she's out, bro. She's gonna split. If you tell her, look, I was in a really long relationship. Turned out person had a penis. And that's the next thing. You fall in love. You're gonna tell that girl all the truth, right? Okay, bam, they're out. Now, my other side. Soon as all your buddies, your real friends, find out that that girl cheated, they're gonna be like, "Nah, forget about that, Mickey. I got you. I got a cousin. She's single. She's a nice girl. She can cook. She's real good looking. Don't worry about it. I'll set you up." You'll have 7, 8 dudes telling you about a girl that they can set you up with. Then you meet the girl, and they're gonna overcompensate because they're gonna say, "I don't want you to think I'm a crook like that other lady. I don't know what's wrong with."
All right, I changed my answer.
I know, but you guys got to remember, I had a year and a half to think of that question.
But if I were with Lady Boy, I would completely block it. I wouldn't tell anybody. Block it out of my head. Like never say a word.
Dramatize that. I'd block it out.
You can't, you guys.
Forget about it, bro.
I don't think you could.
You can't, Oscar. You're not a bad person, bro. Like we clown about like all the stuff you do and whatnot, but like you're not an immoral person. So you have a conscience. That's the problem, dude. And that conscience would get eaten away. That's first. And then second, bro, you still got to remember, you want to date a woman. You don't think that's going to be in the back of your head the whole time? Is this person have a wiener?
Or I guess. Or
it is, dude.
To explore other horizons. Because you're like, oh, I felt good with this guy, you know, whatever. Maybe you go back, you know. Maybe you go back
to Thailand.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
You're not gonna end up like low kids, that's for sure, you know. So.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that. Oscar made a good argument for the lady boy, dude. He flipped it. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. You found new horizons. Oh, dude, that would be the most horrible thing that would ever happen to you in your life. Finding that horizon, dude. Could you imagine? I don't even know what I do. I'll be single for the rest of my life if that happened to me.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Who knows, bro? I don't know. It'd be tough. I mean, I don't know, but.
Oh my god!
But yeah,
you gotta make the best of it, I guess. Yeah.
The ladyboy thing didn't actually happen. It was just us coming up with something for the other side, which was literally this dude that I knew. He knew his best friend's wife was getting taken advantage of by all these dudes, and he knew like when they got back together, it was like within a week of him telling me the story. He's like, "Bro, they just got back together last week," and I'm like, "All right, when are you gonna see him next?" He's like, "I'm gonna see him at dinner next, Sunday." Or I'm like, "Bro, you have to tell your homie. You have to." That went on for 2 years, you guys. For 2 years, this dude could not tell his homeboy.
And he finally did tell him?
He stopped going to the shop. I think I convicted him too much. He's like, if I want to feel bad, I'll go to church. I ain't go to that vape shop. I'm never going back to do this. But yeah, dude, he never told. This dude was a scumbag also, though. He told me a story. This guy told me this story. He did the you-know-what with this lady in the back of her car. And then she started crying. He's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I'm married." And he just put his clothes on. And he said that this big cowboy came up to the car, big redneck came up to the car, steaming angry, stomping up to the car. But this dude, he's a real skittish Jewish guy, like real skinny, skittish Jewish guy from the East Coast, right? So as soon as the guy shows up, he goes, "Oh, thank God you're here. She's been crying the whole time. I was trying to comfort her for you. I'm so glad you're here." And he took off.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Well, because if you saw him, you wouldn't think that she'd be into him because he looks like, what's the film director?
Woody Allen?
Yeah, he looks like Woody Allen.
Maybe he doesn't care because he's doing that. So he figures, well, if she leaves and is doing that, frees up time for him to do whatever he's doing.
Oscar's always got an angle, doesn't he?
Yeah, I tell you.
It is good.
All right, you guys, we're all getting tired. This was awesome, though. I really had a good time. Thank you so much for coming back on the show.
Thanks, guys.
I apologize for taking the air out at the beginning of it, man, but I really felt
interesting topic,
conversation.
Dude, and always P-Fresh, Mick, Oscar, I love seeing you, man. I love you guys. Hang out for 2 seconds in the green room so I can show you the promo you guys missed.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching too.
Oh yeah, man, we had so many people watching.
You guys.
See, Oscar, you were so wrong. Hey, here's the next thing, real quick before we leave. You guys, Chino Brothers is gonna be on Tuesdays and Thursdays going forward. Tuesdays are gonna be throwbacks. Thursdays are gonna be new. So every Tuesday and Thursday, check out the Chino Brothers. We're going big this season. Me and Adley are gonna get monetized by hook or by crook. I don't care if I have to rob somebody to get monetized. Rockin' Wings. Shout out your restaurant, Mickey.
Rockin' Wings, 2180 White Lane or 2858 Niles Street. Come for the food, stay for the game, and even stay longer for the music.
That's right. Oscar, tell everybody about the solar you're selling.
Yeah, hit me up. Just Google my name.
Yeah.
Just Google
Meet me
Oscar
in
Prado.
Miami behind the carniceria. I'll hook you up with a deal.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're looking for illegal activity that doesn't need to be bought on the dark web, hit up Oscar.
And P-Fresh got shout outs too, yeah.
Yeah, P-Fresh.
Mixcloud.com/DJ P-Fresh for all my mixes. Yeah, I still DJ, so you can find my mixes there.
I thought the universe was stopping you from DJing.
Yeah,
Dude, what happened to that?
Hey, I got to keep pushing.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah,
folks,
keep at
thank
it,
you
man.
so much for all you guys that watched tonight. We had a ton of viewers. It's obviously because of the guests that we had. You guys, thank you so much for bringing such a beautiful audience to our show, even though Oscar denied us at the beginning and thought that nobody's going to watch. I'm still embarrassed for you. But thank you so much, guys, and I had a great time. Do you guys have a good time?
Great time.
Yeah,
Great time.
Great
Thank
time.
you guys.
Awesome. All right, we're hanging up. See you guys later. See you next week, and we'll start seeing you on Tuesdays. Bang.